Last time in Ricketicatents,
In Renascence.
we're in the
Renascence.
center. The party, the party had narrowly avoided detection as they snuck through the southern border camp, guarding the valley of Therinshold. Finding a safe spot to make camp themselves, they hunkered down, and Willem spent the night magically communicating with his men in the village ahead. The next day, you made plans as you journeyed forward to scout out the village and eventually draw out Baron's defenders, hoping to clear a safe path to Venice by picking off his forces bit by bit. The party found Therod's Hole to be a small farming community tucked away deep in the mountains. Surrounded by barley and well-tended fields of poppy flower, they took shelter in Willem's home and continued their plans while he slept. Aloran took the opportunity to scout the town and manor while transformed as a cat, and returned to the party with even more information with which to finalize their plans. Come morning, the party decided to stage an ambush on the road north of town, using Aloran's bear form to savage one lone guard and draw more out into the woods to hunt her. Sure enough, a 14-man posse came to investigate within the hour. And even better, three of them turned out to be some of Wilm's men, who readily joined the fray, tipping the scales and turning on their fellows. The plan worked out beautifully, and the party was able to dispatch 11 of Theron's men in one short, bloody battle in the wooded hills. So we wrapped up last session as the party began to collect themselves just after this battle, checking your wounds and connecting with the three new additions to your little posse here. Any questions before we begin?
We killed the sleeping.
We
He is
have
still asleep
we have
on the
not
ground.
killed sleeping guy.
Sleeping guy is out cold, off to the side, exactly where he dropped. Um, right now, it's the six of you, including Willem, the three new members of your little group, Willem's men who turned on their fellows here, and you are surrounded by a cluster of 11 bloodied corpses lying in the woods, variously cut down, mauled, shot down by bolts and arrows.
And just to get the timing on this, Aloran turned into a bear like near the end of that combat, so she's still got pretty much a fresh hour on that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My wild shape is almost stuck, so. And I'm at 6 hit points, so.
As a bear. But you do have.
No, I'm at 24 hit points as a bear and 6 hit points as a
Oh.
person.
Oh.
No, I'm like.
I can happily fix you once you're a people-fied. Is a people-fied a word?
I don't think so. I don't got any
Yeah,
questions
he'll
beyond
listen.
that.
Wait.
No questions? Okay.
I think I'm good.
Well, picking up then, you guys are in the midst of collecting yourselves. The three newcomers are busying themselves. They're immediately taking hold of nearby bodies and dragging them further up the hill, kind of away from the road, trying to find somewhere to obscure them. Willem himself is walking over to the sleeping figure, where he dropped down on the ground.
I'm gonna walk over there too.
All right. Noel, as you approach, you see Willem is already pulling out his knife.
Wait, Willem.
Mm.
Do you not think this one could be useful?
Do you think it can be useful?
I think we should keep our options open, and we wanted to do this with as little killing as possible. A rope would take care of him.
As little killing as possible. But take your point. I'll sheath the knife. So what are we doing with him?
Actually, I don't know if I have a rope. Let me check.
John's gonna walk over. How long do you think before the next group shows up?
Any rope, I got plenty.
Noel Burberry just like you can feel the like a hand hit your shoulder as you're digging through your bag, and there's a pair of manacles in it.
Oh. Even better. Barnaby, would you help me restrain this person?
Of course.
Barnaby
I'll
will
grab my rope.
So me and Barnaby will work on that.
To answer your question, John, Willem replies, imagine another hour or so. Suppose it depends on
It's a short rest.
an hour.
Okay. Bitches turn human in short rest and don't disturb me.
I was gonna say it's unfortunate because of wild shape.
Well, for your sake, I hope it does take more than an hour. We'll see what happens. But keep your eyes peeled, watch the road, and if you're gonna keep this guy with us, at least gag him before he wakes up.
Yeah, I would assume that me and Barnaby would do that.
John will take out his stinkiest sock that he has had
Ugh.
in his bag.
Uh,
Shove it right in that guy's mouth.
Lauren, like you start to like fall asleep, right? And then you feel the same thing that Noelle did, like a foot nudges you, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you.
Me?
Yeah.
Use some extra hit points in your normal.
Nice.
Your normal
is anyone else hurt?
Not a bit.
I guess not.
That tree was mighty safe. You should have stayed up there.
I think John's down to 28 from 32, so
So you'll be fine with one hit
4
death.
points of health.
Yeah. I had a near miss, but I don't think they hit me. Fine. You
I'm
boys all
doing
right?
just fine.
And the three amigos who just joined up with you guys, they're currently in the middle of like wheelbarrowing a body up the hill. They're just like, yeah, we're good, boss.
You get 8 hit points.
Good to meet y'all, by the way.
Say
8.
Eight.
I'm back to full health, guys.
Yay!
Like, only 14 hit points.
Okay, you're.
Wow, that
back.
means you're literally at half my health right now.
Yeah, me and Lauren are squishy.
Wait,
I'm really fucking squishy. Just leave me in bear form.
Lauren, Noelle, and Burberry are all pretty low.
It's only the 2 big giant dudes that are beefy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't take any damage. 3 took all of it for me.
as
How
your
much
class
is your health, by the
dictates,
way?
yeah.
Let's see. On a scale of 1 to 21, I'm a 21.
Okay.
He's
That
primo.
is at least specific.
So you guys get this guy tied up, gagged. The 3 newcomers are moving bodies, and once they kind of get them up over the back of this hill, just kind of over the ridge, they're gonna start busying themselves, like going through pockets and looting.
Some of that. Bitch took all the dick.
Give me an intimidation check.
Don't make me turn into a bear.
It's fine.
Well, I think it's actually pretty good. 15.
15. I think you kind of yell up at them, and then they kind of pause and look back at you, and like, sure, miss. Don't you worry. We'll make sure you get your share. Don't worry. They kind of glance nervously at Willem, and he just kind of chuckles, shakes his head, and keeps doing what he was doing. So they start kind of divvying up the loot. These guys have a little bit of money in their pockets. Each of you is going to get a handful of coins. They've also got some ruined leathers, They're not very functional now that they've been perforated by arrows and claws. But the crossbows are in working order. They've got pretty full bolt boxes on their hips, and between them, there's an array of hand axes, short swords, lots of small arms that you could pick from if you are looking for a weapon. There's might be one lying here. As far as coinage goes,
Do they have a
believe
bunch of?
everyone-
I would assume they potentially could have a bunch of crossbow ammo, right? Didn't they have crossbows?
yeah, they've got bolts. They've
I
got
feel like Barnaby could
so
have a bunch of that.
Yeah, I should get some. I got a dwindling supply.
yeah, there were 11 dudes here, all of them armed with crossbows.
You're set for
Uh,
life.
So between the 11 of them, you've probably got like 100 and what would that number be? Probably like almost 200, honestly. If they got
Assuming the average of 20, because that's what I
Yeah.
started out with.
yeah, if they got
20
like a
times
full
11.
case each, yeah,
220?
so they're,
No, but you should.
well,
you should
they've
subtract-
taken some shots, so it's probably
That's
like
true.
195 or something like that. But it's a lot. It's a shitload of crossbow bolts.
I mean, Aloran would definitely know they've taken some shots.
So would you assume like 190, 200?
Somewhere in that, yeah.
All right,
190.
I'm just going to put down 190.
All right, Barnaby's covered.
Barnaby's just got just all of these fucking cases over his shoulder full of crossbow bolts just rattling.
I should be good for a while now.
As far as coin, that's gonna be that is going to come out to 17 gold pieces each.
Damn.
Good bit of coinage.
Bonus.
Robbing dead people.
Burberry will be taking his rest with Aloran.
Burberry's just gonna take a short rest as well.
I pat the ground next to me. I'm like, thank you.
So Burberry is always really funny when he sits down because like the whole like cloak thing just like built. You know, have you ever seen like princess skirts?
Yeah.
Like his whole cloak does that.
He just disappears into it.
So much.
It's just a head over a dome of clothing.
Love it. Yes, we'll go with that. That's awesome. Well, you know, until like the air lets out.
Right.
And then it's like you're just wearing a big saggy parachute. So that's 2 for a short rest. Anybody else need to take a short rest?
I don't get inspiration, bardic inspiration on a short rest. I don't believe at this level, so I'm kind of good to be honest.
Okay.
I can regain.
I do get my action surge back. Oh wait, no, I think that's a long rest.
I can regain the.
I think that's
Do I regain rages on long?
Oh, no,
rest
short
or
rest.
Yeah, rages are a long rest thing.
Action surge is a short rest, so I could use a short rest.
Really?
But I can
So-
regain my hit points though, right?
Yes. I was surprised to see that.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, fighters are very very short rest.
Yeah, bardic
I can
inspiration.
regain my hit points, right?
Okay. Well, whoever wants to take a short rest can. If you have any other things you want to do during this downtime, now is your chance to say so.
Could
In the meantime,
I can regain my hit points, right?
yeah. If you want to roll for hit dice,
Okay, I'm just gonna use one.
one of the 2 you have.
Do I really only have 2?
Level 2.
All right. It's a D12, right?
For you, yes.
Do I get shit done?
Yes,
I got exactly 4.
that works out.
It's just funny.
So, yeah, dice plus con, and you're good to go. Over this hour, You guys will not see any sign of a second hunt coming towards you. You will have time to get the short rest in. During the short rest, I think that once they've kind of finished cleaning up and divvying things up and handing out, coin and letting y'all know, like, hey, y'all, got your pick of crossbows and whatnot down there. The three new fellows will eventually kind of take their seat with you and join your rest. And these three are one of them is a half orc, significantly smaller than John. He does not look to be a Goliath mix the way you are. He seems to be just a regular old green-skinned human and orc offspring. The other two are human. The half orc will introduce himself. So, my name's Leaf. These two are Bryce. Good to meet y'all.
You cut out when you were introducing the first one.
It's
My name's Leaf.
Sorry, Leaf and who?
Dan.
Leaf. This is Arthur and Bryce.
Arthur and Bryce. Okay, gotcha.
Good to meet y'all. Yeah, good to make your acquaintance.
Yes, salutation.
So, it's good to finally see y'all in person. Willem mentioned he had help coming in, but well, we weren't really sure what to expect. Y'all seem pretty capable. Lauren just pipes up from the tree, just like,
I guess we're here
Like,
to tip the
yeah,
scales.
no, that was great. That was real great. Curious, Lethal chime in. How'd you guys end up meeting? Don't seem like the kind usually gets recruited for this kind of work.
Smile at Willem and be like, Willem, why don't you tell him how we met?
We met over crawfish. Yes.
I think you look over to Willem, and you actually see he's sitting against a tree, and his eyes are rolled back in his head again. He doesn't respond to you at all. He's just sitting there, just.
Did he pass out because of the smell of John's sock?
That was the other guy.
I
Oh,
might.
The other guy is currently just like tied up on the ground next to y'all, just like
I assume
fearfully
we like
looking.
leaned him up against a tree or something, but sure.
Sure. He's just off to the side, just, woof, woof. And these three are just like, so how? Yeah, he's not going to be here for a minute. I think he's probably talking to the others. But
We met under the best of circumstances over a good bowl of gumbo.
oh shit, that sounds fucking fantastic.
If I had my stuff with me, I'd make you a bowl, but afraid I don't right now.
Well, maybe once this is all blown over, we could sit down and have a meal. Gumbo sounds pretty good. And I could go for a cup of gumbo myself. That sounds fantastic. So y'all met over dinner then? Just
Well, sort of. Barnaby was one of Willem's. Willem was collecting taxes from him.
Taxpayers.
Yes.
oh, that shit. Oh, yeah. Real sorry about that. Arthur kind of has a trouble meeting your eye, Barnaby. Not exactly what we're,
So you said that Leaf is a green human?
He's half orc.
green skins, human orc
Well,
offspring.
Yeah, I figured no, because like you know how like if it was like a quarter orc, it would like less orcish features. Like Like what happens to a
You might
half-orc?
just get like just kind of a sickly looking guy.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, he's I mean you can see he's got the tusks. I mean he's brawny. He's pretty well built. But he's not John's size by any means. Um,
I mean, no one is John's size by any means. Have you met him? He's massive.
I noticed.
I do mean that as a compliment, John.
Yeah. I will say Leaf is probably I can't like throughout the conversation, Leaf probably continually just kind of his eyes keep darting back to John, just like, God damn. You see he kind of like, tucks his arms under his hands under his arms, kind of
Push out his biceps a little bit.
yeah.
Puppet his
He's got a
chest.
posture a little hopefully after tonight it's gonna be a thing of the past. It's shit with Venice has gone on too long.
I suppose while we have your ear, we should ask, why do you want Willem instead of Venice to be running all this?
Oh well, I mean, Willem cares about folks around here. He's old guard. I myself, I've only worked, up here for a few years now. But Arthur worked with Willem, 10 years back. Back before the merger, you might say. Arthur's like, yeah, that was unfortunate business. It's been kind of a downhill slide from there. Back in the day, the North Rim, pretty active in the area. They took care of folks, and after they joined up with the White Cartel, they sent Venice in to kind of keep an eye on things. And I mean, you've seen the manor. He's not interested in much more than sitting pretty, luxuriating in his gains.
We're just gonna raise a hand and be like, "What is the White Cartel?"
They're
Is it some kind of spice market?
well, no, they're a international conglomerate, based out east. Well,
Conglomerate.
Yeah, they got their hands on all kinds of stuff, but word is they've been focusing on developing foreign markets. Haven't really been paying much attention to the Emerald Coasts this past decade, and just kind of left us here twiddling our thumbs. Let Vandus in charge, and he don't seem to be terribly interested in doing much more, like I said, than sitting in his nice house, perfectly content playing at lordship, which suffice to say, I've had quite enough of. A decent number of us around here have also had it up to here with it. So, get Vanus out, get Willem back in charge of shit. I think things are going to turn around for us.
You forgive me, but it seems like things are running smoothly from what we've seen. We've only been here a day.
Well, it's smooth but stagnant, Yeah, it's just things haven't grown much in, years. Yeah, Venus is just kind of, he takes his share of the crop. He sells to, whoever he sells to. I'm never involved in those purchases. None of us have been for a while now, frankly. But he controls the money, and shit. You've seen the fucking house. They spending it all fucking decorating, accessorizing. in there.
I assume some of it makes its way back to all of you.
I mean, he pays us, but you know, it ain't really proper work. You know, shaking folks down out in the Fairwood. I mean, it's his property, sure, fine, but like, that's not what we do. That's not how we do things. How we did things. I should say. I really shouldn't be speaking like I was there, Arthur. I'm sorry. No, you've been at this long enough.
And under Willem,
leave.
things would be different.
Yeah, I have a thought. Say you do get him into power. Give him a year or two. Getting paid pretty well does a lot to a man. You understand where I'm coming from?
They kind of cock their heads, look at each other. I'm not sure I'll follow.
What's to say he doesn't become him over the years?
A new Venice.
I believe that they're implying that Venice is a golden chalice with rare stones, but the chalice is only gold plated and the stones are glass.
They kind of look at each other again.
All appearances, no substance.
That is true. True enough. I mean, fuck that old man. Kind of spits on the ground. Look, Willem's old school. All right, he's a hardworking guy. His whole thing is live simply, work hard, prosper. You know, and that's all we're looking for. We're not working up here. You know, he's got all these mercenaries coming in, keeping watch, guarding his house, collecting taxes and tribute and whatnot, and we're just kind of watching the yard, so to speak. Guard duty. It's nothing but guard duty. We're not doing nothing.
Of course.
I want to look over to Willem.
get
Is he
that.
still conked out?
He's still leaning against the tree, just like,
Okay.
From what
I'll
I know, most people would love to be paid for doing nothing.
some folk maybe, city folk maybe. That's not how we do things up here.
I'll just lean into these guys. I'll just go say, just keep this in mind. Anyone who seeks out this much power does not deserve it.
I think my pappy said something like absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Which one, Lauren or Barnaby?
Lauren, I'll say Barnaby is
Noel
giving-
or Barnaby?
Not a Lauren, gosh darn it.
Yeah,
I keep mixing them up. Noel.
Persuasion.
Noel.
Don't even know why.
19?
It's always
Oh, sorry, 18.
19? 18. Okay. They kind of scrutinize you a moment, and they kind of look over to Willem and back to you.
If we succeed at
And-
this, just don't let him become another Venice.
Make sure his substance is true and stays pure.
They nod. But after that, questions kind of fall off. And they kind of, one of them kind of turns to like look down the hill, see if there's like anyone coming. Leaf kind of pulls up his crossbow and starts like fidgeting with the mechanism, just kind of, tuning it. Arthur is going to stand up though, and he's going to turn to the captive you've taken. So, what do you suppose we do with this feller?
Well, he's not a threat right now.
No. But ain't exactly useful neither.
would like him see our way.
I assume he's just been sitting up listening to all this.
He's just sitting there, like, gagged and bound, like, his eyes kind of watering from the stench and the taste.
Ugh.
John's just giggling a bit.
And yeah, he's just been tied up and with his hands chained, listening to you guys. Just kind of going from one face to the other as each of you speaks. Just kind of looks up at Arthur. You backed the wrong horse on this one, didn't you, buddy?
Arthur,
I didn't catch that.
why were so many of you sent for this bear attack?
Well,
We were expecting
Kinda.
like 6 to 10, and we got 14.
he gets kind of a sly look on his face. Like, well, we thought we might be able to help things along a little bit. I woke up a couple of neighbors, told them to grab their crossbows. There's a bear outside. You know, just thinning the herd that much more. Figured if y'all had your ambush set up right, with us in the back, be easy pickings.
This would be proud.
Yeah. Shame about Shanzin though. Kind of looks over at the dead dragonborn,
Headless.
dead headless dragonborn,
I
laying amongst the bodies.
that one back, no matter what level I was.
He put up quite the fight. That was fucking terrifying, by the way. He says to you, Lauren. You got another one of those in you? Good to hear.
If you think that was terrifying, you should see what she's like when in someone's lap.
What?
I think
Arthur and Leaf look at each other. Bryce blushes. And he looks over to you and gets this kind of crooked smile on his face.
I look over at Burberry with just the most confused expression I can muster.
I look at her,
Apologies, I
play into it, but at the same time, I'm like, what does this mean?
What?
Bryce looks to his brother Arthur, and Arthur's just like he's like oh. He's like,
John's just got a very confused look on his face.
I thought I made it awkward.
apologies. I am besides myself in shame.
I'll probably, my cheeks will be a little flushed too, honestly. I'll be like, innovations.
I think they're gonna try and like collect themselves from that, and continue what they were doing. Leaf will keep fiddling with the crossbow. Bryce, however, no fucking qualms whatsoever, is gonna like within like a couple minutes, he's gonna stand up and kind of walk over and slide down next to you. He's like, "Your rogue friend there's got a sick sense of humor, huh?"
Uh-huh. Tearing off heads, what get you going? I mean, to each their own.
I mean, Arthur won't lie, that was downright terrifying, but that was pretty funny. I won't lie to you. So he's looking at you. He like can't like form words. He's like, Where you from?
The ocean.
Underwater.
Duh.
I want to make like a really sexual joke, be like the ocean where I'm always wet. Yep, I'm gonna say that.
You say it?
Yes.
Okay, he goes right in the face. Says, oh goodness. Dry land must be a real change of pace for you, huh? Well, what's it like living in the ocean?
Down under.
I'll be pretty different from the way we do things up here, I imagine. Can't really light a fire under the ocean. I guess you probably wouldn't. Y'all probably got other stuff you can do down there. Um, this guy's gonna keep awkwardly flirting with you probably for the rest of the short rests. Like he's trying, and he's not doing real well. Probably like an hour and a half later. Okay, first off, before the end of the rest, Willem will eventually come to and settle himself down with the group after kind of putting his hat back on.
Does he stop when Willem sits down?
He does go like he as soon as Willem stands up, he kind of goes quiet and shuts up and is like watching. And then Willem starts talking, and he like keeps it together for like 5 minutes while Willem's talking, and then he starts doing that thing like at the back of the classroom where you're like whispering while the teacher's lecturing. He's like kind of talking to you like, so about the ocean. But Willem is Willem is going to say, all right, well, we have some time before the next posse gets up here. Probably going to be similar size, but I think we can handle it. Now, the real question is, after this, I think our numbers should be pretty even with Venice at this point. I think at that stage, we've got some decisions to make as far as how to proceed. There's going to be a handful of Venice's men still in the village. There's going to be a few of them out circling on patrol. I can send some boys out once we've got everyone all gathered. But the folks in the village are probably going to need to be handled before we make any further moves on the manor. So, think on that as far as how to proceed on that front. After that, just got the manor itself. If anyone has any ideas about that, I would love to hear them after we handle this next little hunting party.
If that is the case, we should move our friend out of earshot. No.
That is a little fuzzy. I did not hear you.
I said that maybe we want to move our captive out of earshot.
Oh, he's not touching
He's
anyone.
not going anywhere, right?
That is true, but
I'm just gonna be like, should we knock him out while we're distracted so he doesn't run off and tell people what's happening?
or make loud.
We can just solve the problem right here and now. He unsheaths his knife and
Do you think you can stay quiet?
And he's talking to the gagged man now.
Captain just stares at you like, ooh, ooh.
You can
Like
still,
looks over your shoulder at the knife.
Okay.
you
I'm
can
gonna, like,
still
God, yes, you could stay quiet. Go, no, if we need to kill you.
Okay. Intimidation check,
The
please.
fucking like this fucking Salem witch trials.
19.
We'll be fine. Yes.
You see the tears start again.
I'm not sure if that's because of the scary Aloran or if that's still
Like
because
flinches.
of the sock. I said I'm not sure if the crying is because of what just happened or still because of the sock. Thank you.
I can't stand
Very
this fucking
enlightening.
sock thing. I'm gonna take that. Oh, wait, I'm gonna say, can you be quiet? I can upgrade this sock.
To a female sock.
Some people would pay good money for that.
You stuffed her sock in his mouth.
No.
People have
If he nods that he will be quiet, I will replace his sock with some kind of clean like a handkerchief out of my disguise kit.
Clean sock.
Okay. You just kind of tuck that in under the gag and make sure it's nice and tight. And he's like,
It's much better. Yes. Good. Good. I'll give him a pat on the head.
Because you had that day.
So, about 20 minutes after you guys finish this conversation, you guys hear distantly. I believe Aloran would be the first to notice it with her.
So what was the total rest time?
Or no, Burberry. Excuse me, Burberry would be the first to hear it. Oh wait, no, wait.
I thought
I'm
Lauren
on the
had the
wrong
highest
number.
passive perception.
Aloran, yeah, Aloran has perception.
About
Burberry's
how long?
guidance.
You're
Do what? Do what?
How long was the time? between-
Total, it would have been an hour and like 20 minutes. roughly.
Burberry is gonna pull our little sect over and say, just so you know, I don't actually have any of the spells that I used anymore. So I will not be as much help this time around.
Well, we got crossbows. He
no there.
Willem just like sits, like kneels down, picks up the crossbow and hands it to you. Like you
Oh,
do shoot, right?
Yeah, yes, well, hopefully my aim with something physical is better than the metaphysical.
Figure it out.
Is very,
Here's the
very
trigger. This is how you shoot it. Here's how you load it. Don't die.
I will endeavor not to.
Mr. Barnaby, if you'd be so kind as to share some of your bolts with Mr. Burberry, I think.
You know, I suppose I could do that. I do got plenty.
I didn't tell them they were.
I'm actually all right. And
They're still in the process of just like getting ready, generally for the.
What do I hear?
You just hear like distant voices, and like a kind of a clamor, just like equipment shaking, clattering.
I'm gonna smack Bryce's knee and be like, "Well, they're on their way."
Oh shit. To be continued.
I also need to know what Bryce looks like. So know if he has.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot
Is he hot?
Bryce.
The number one question you
Is-
always ask about D&D NPCs.
That's what this is come down to. Oh, he bad?
Bryce has got a very it's unkempt and it's like patchy. This he's trying to grow like a real big handlebar mustache, but it's not working. It's like real wiry. Like receded chin, lots of stubble, kind of bulging eyes. He's not much of a looker. His hair's real greasy and matted like to his head, under his hat. He sweats a lot.
I see.
Yes, yet is the size of the boat counteract the choppiness of the water?
A great question.
That looks like a yes.
Oh my.
This is what we call a button face. Or what is it? But his face? Everything but his face? Keep it. So, you have detected the incoming hunting party. You told Bryce.
I'm saying it loud enough so like everybody, because I pat his knee, and then I'm gonna stand up,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna like start walking towards the noise, and I'm gonna turn into a bear.
All right, just to get ready.
Yep.
Okay.
That doesn't tell people that it's not happening.
Okay. So Alord stands up and transforms into a bear after announcing that they're coming. To which Willem immediately his attention snaps to you. He's like, "All right, folks, places. Act 2. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's clean this up nice and quick."
Go up a tree.
Burberry's
Get ahead
gonna.
of the people, the party.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do my big old roar control.
Okay. So, this deep echoing bellow sounds through the forest. You do hear in the distance, actually, the voices stop and go quiet for a moment. In the meantime, the three amigos are going to kind of scatter between the trees, kind of taking position and cover. Willem is going to join them, also hiding. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm in a tree.
I would like to follow a little bit behind Lauren and try and like hide so I can get sight of one of our feathered friends.
I'm gonna try to do what I did before and just kind of stay where I'll be behind them once they reach the end point.
Okay.
At 23 on stealth.
Oh yeah, if I could get stealth from everybody, because except for Aloran, who is drawing attention. 23 for Burberry. Bueno, bueno.
Terrible. 8.
That is oof. 8.
I'll say it's because I was trying to like drag our tied up guy behind a tree, and he's like not
John's
going
not much
easily.
better John's not much better at 8.
8.
It took me a bit to get up the tree. That's a 7.
Ooh, guys.
I'm glad I don't feel compelled to use my inspiration now because we all rolled shit.
I'm just glad I'm in a tree now. Feel much better there.
I'm approximately the same size as the bush that I am in. Like just this perfect bush shape.
So it sounds like Burberry's the only one who's actually hidden.
I'm in a tree.
Yeah, you got a 7.
I mean,
You guys are like kind of frantically like scattering into the forest, like trying to find somewhere to hide, like on short notice. Like you waited like a hair too long. And as this bear is roaring, the hunting party is making its way into the forest, off the road. They're kind of coming into view, and you can see there are looks like 15 individuals here. Excuse me, 16.
How many feathers?
You count 3 more feathers among this group.
I would like to message one of the feather boys and say, if you and your friends could get to the back of the group, that would be better.
So you're sending this message as this group is coming forward. You guys are all kind of frantically climbing and hiding. Burberry, you receive a message back. Yeah, no, we can see y'all. This gonna get ugly. And you see 2 figures at the lead of this group, kind of stepping up. They're probably like, it's not Metal Man. This individual is a fairly short, actually, individual. Broad bearded. And there's another figure next to him that is a human. The human actually has a feather in his hat. They have stepped forward in front of the group. They're probably like 40-ish feet from you. And you see the dwarf kind of like hold a hand up like, what the devil is going on?
Okay.
You guys didn't kill it!
Can I rapidly send a message to Noelle that just says they know?
Yeah, sure. No sooner has the dwarf called that out than you hear some muttering from the back. Lauren will hear this. Those aren't our guys. And you see crossbows getting raised and strung. So, if I could get a initiative roll from everyone present as we go into... Oh, shit!
Decent.
13.
All right, so
14.
20 on Lauren, 30 on John, or 13 on John,
Oh, 19
John will
for
take a
Noel.
30.
19 for Noel,
17 for Barnaby.
17
Oh,
for
we rolled good
Barnaby.
initiative. We rolled shit stealth, but we rolled good initiative.
14 Burberry, but I am gonna let the party pass me.
So 14 on Burberry.
I'm a stance,
Let me roll initiative for the
Bush life.
So,
Bush life.
let's say that he is going to be able to. And then there are... Sorry guys, we're coordinating a very large battle here. Give me one sec. And
I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's why I use mob rules myself.
well, you still got to roll initiative for the mob.
It's true.
Oh. You said mob rules. I thought you said marb rolls. It's like, what the hell does that have to do with cigarettes?
That's why I use cigarettes.
Sure could use a Marlboro right now. A smooth taste.
The smooth bird.
I'll be right back. We're gonna go grab a break.
Now in a menthol flavor.
God, imagine if they started flavoring cigarettes, like now in cherry flavor.
They actually ain't allowed to do that because it's a way to get kids on it.
Now in raspberry, lemon, lime.
They actually used to have all sorts of flavors.
I believe it.
Now in chocolate cinnamon swirl.
Now in pumpkin spice latte.
Oh dear God.
It is
Every basic
September.
bitch out there be smoking.
Get your basic bitch cigarette.
Do you remember the what are they called, the Slims or the
Slims?
the cigarettes that they used to market towards women?
Yep. They're still out there.
I remember candy cigarettes in the gas station. Those don't exist anymore.
I remember those too. Powdered sugar makes the smoke.
Honestly, I never understood how cigarette companies really got away with it.
It's called addiction.
No, like I never like the
I
government.
mean, we
loves
were
to
talking about
ban-
back in the 50s where you could literally buy cocaine as a cure-all.
No, but I'm saying the government likes to ban a bunch of things that people are addicted to that are unhealthy for us, even though it should be a
Right.
choice. So
Well-
why haven't they banned cigarettes?
Well, I think it's mainly because it's been active for so long because we didn't understand the
Oh.
long-term effects.
Also,
The reason is because the people that make the rules are already addicted to it.
let's not forget the power of lobbying.
There it is. Yeah, there's a whole movie. Thank you for smoking that talks about this.
It's a good
Yeah.
movie.
It is a good movie. Okay, I think I have everyone's initiative ready. Lauren, you got a 20, nat 20, and what's your dex? Because you do add your dex to it.
The fact that you have to add your dex to it is scary.
I know. 22.
Okay. You are going first still.
Yeah.
That's frightening.
That's not good.
That means that there's an enemy that's going.
I thought I was
right
good with
after you.
19.
Alright. So, Aloran, you are going first. You are currently a bear.
What do you bet it's the dwarf?
So, there is a large posse of individuals in front of you, 15 strong. You count 3 feathers among them. One of them is the lead fellow next to the dwarf. He sees you and he sees all this going down, and you kind of watch as he's getting his crossbow ready. Like he kind of tries to like lock eyes with you and like to the others that he can see, and just kind of very subtly gestures at the dwarf.
Oh no, I'm not charged with you. You don't even.
Yeah,
He's going. Bam.
But you can catch. He's kind of signaling like, not me. So, what are you doing? Okay, go ahead and give me your attacks then. Yeah.
Mhm.
13. I don't know if that'll hit, actually. Don't forget to add your attack bonus. You didn't?
I did.
You did. So 13 does not hit.
And 20.
23 does. So, damage, please. Nine damage. Very nice. So you just run up to this dwarf, on all fours, and immediately just like bearing down on him with your paws, going for the throat. He's surprisingly sturdy. He like catches you as you like land on him almost, and like his heels slide in the dirt as you kind of push him backwards. You're just like snapping and frothing at the mouth, and he's like, "Son of a bitch! Somebody shoot this thing!" And yeah, he is going to kind of like shove off of you, drop the crossbow, and he is going to pull out a hatchet, or not a hatchet, a really heavy duty machete, and he is just going to start fucking wailing, while like kind of having a hand on your head, just like, you fucking animal. That's going to be a hit. That is a miss. So he will deal a nice, fat 6 damage. And yeah, he is just like trying to get an edge, and you are this big burly thing. He can't really get any leverage, and you're just kind of locked in with this guy. And he's screaming over his shoulder, "Somebody shoot this fucking bear!" Noelle, it is your turn.
Oh, okay.
With
Cool.
a 19.
I got a 19, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Bardic Inspiration to Aloran. I will read you a poem very briefly. Let's see. About the wonders of a bear's natural hunting instincts. And then I will use Vicious Mockery as my action on the dwarf, or attempt to at least.
Okay.
What does Barber? What's this?
Vicious Mockery?
Yeah.
He has to make a wisdom save, I believe,
Yeah.
which is not good. That's a 7.
Okay, that is lower than 15. So he'll take 1d4 psychic
Heals.
damage, and he will be very confused as he hears Noelle say, "Salopard." And he will take... Where my d4 is, there it is. Ooh, 3 damage.
A fat 3.
And he will disadvantage on his next attack.
The inspiration.
Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah.
You have a d6 that you can spend on any roll, I think, at this point.
Yeah, attack roll or skill check.
Okay, so not a save or damage, but on an attack, you can use it.
Oh, actually, sorry.
Okay,
Ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
So Noel, you are cussing this bandit captain out. He's like, who the fuck is that? Somebody shoot her! Um, he seems very distracted. He's got this bear in his face, and somebody's like cursing at him in a language he doesn't understand. But he gets the intent. Barnaby, it is your turn. You are like you got like your ankle kind of stuck in a branch, and you're like rustling around trying to get it free. Like people can see you. You're like, son of a bitch. All right, fine. Let me just shoot. What are you gonna do?
I shoot. I think I'm going to target one of the farthest away within 80 feet.
Okay, they're all within range of you.
All right.
So you can.
I'm targeting the farthest one away.
Okay, sure,
That can
sure.
reach.
One of the back line guys, go for it.
That is. No, not 66 plus a plus 6. That's a 24 to hit.
That'll hit. Give me
All
some
right.
damage.
That is 12 damage.
What damage? One bolt leaves the crossbow and enters the eye sockets of an individual in the back line, and he drops immediately. And there's a sudden clamor as the group realizes they're under fire. And you see a hand in the crowd point up, like, there's a goblin in that tree!
For the term hobgoblin, and I'm just going to jam my foot out of where it's stuck and then out behind the tree.
I was like, somebody shoot him! Burberry, it is your turn.
Real low.
They did not roll well. So Burberry, it is your turn.
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because I'm debating what manner of things I wish to do. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and do a crossbow as well.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, probably not. 15?
15.
Be
Are
right
you
back.
shooting?
And I
Who
do
are
a
you
melee
shooting at?
back line.
That'll make a difference.
Huh?
Who are you shooting?
One of the back line.
Okay. Yeah, 15 will hit. Go ahead and give me that
9?
damage. 9 damage. Nice. That is another one bites the dust. Burberry, having never really fucked with crossbows very much, just kind of it's like, all right, okay. Lines up the shot, and again, you see a spout of blood as the guy, like vomits and coughs and falls to his knees and just slumps down dead instantly.
Damn.
Oh, and I guess you probably should have had advantage because you were hidden, but you got him. Good job.
Can't be much deader than dead.
Can I like
That's
get
true.
under the bush again?
I will say, having shot and revealed your position, you are now no longer hidden.
I would like to move behind a tree then. It might not be hidden, but I can.
Okay, you can definitely take cover. Sure, you kind of fall back out of your bush, and they're just like they're everywhere. People fucking shoot. It's just chaos and shouting right now. So John, it is your turn now.
Okay, has anyone started to escape yet?
Nobody's had a turn except for the dwarf.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
When did the dwarf go? Was it before or after Noel?
He was the second one, right?
The dwarf went before Noel, after Lauren.
Okay, so it's Lauren, dwarf, Noel, then everyone in our party, and then
Yeah,
the guards.
Okay.
basically.
I'm gonna try to get behind the group of people
Okay.
so that if anybody decides to run, I'll be the closest.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go into a rage and swing at the closest non-feathered enemy.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Let's see. That would be a 24 to hit.
24 to hit.
Yep.
That'll definitely hit. Go ahead and give me a damage.
If I remember correctly, that is 1d10 plus 6. So, unfortunately, didn't roll that good, so that's only 10 damage.
10 damage is still going to do it. That is another one who is cut down by one wide sweeping arc of the glaive. There's a spurt of blood, and a third body crumbles into the dirt. And at this point, like, this group is like turning, like wheeling around, crossbows in hand. They see this giant dude. They also see that some of their number among them are like actually putting the crossbows down and pulling knives out and like coming at them. And they're just like, "Oh fuck, this is bad." Willem is going to do what he does and fire some Eldritch Blast into the party. Hit. And that's a hit. It's going to be one dead. Ooh, that's not dead. So two blasts. One just kind of blows like the left side of the guy's face off, and he just goes fucking like flying head over heels backwards and just like face plants in the dirt. The other one hits a guy in the shoulder, and with this like thunderous like you see like the spray of blood and viscera, but like he's still standing. And he looks up and he points. He's like, "It's fucking Willem!" And Willem's like, "Oh shit." As he kind of ducks behind a tree, you see half of these guys are going to raise their crossbows and start taking shots at Willem.
Probably smart.
Totally fine.
That might
You also roll shit on his stealth?
he actually rolled okay, but he just attacked. So, that I don't think hits. That doesn't hit. That does. And that does. Okay. So. Ooh. A decent chunk of damage, actually. So one crossbow bolt whizzes kind of like right past his head. Another one actually cuts into his arm, and you hear him yell, "Son of a bitch!" The other three of these guys who are still standing, they are going to take aim at the bear because the bear is a problem.
Damn.
Probably a miss, though. What's your AC? 12? 11? That's still a miss. That's a hit. One hit. So that's a big, fat 2 damage. That's a nat 1. So these guys are like backing off. You're just like, shoot it, kill the fucking bear. Like one arrow like whizzes by your nose, and the others just shoot wide. Like these guys are in panic. They're scrambling for cover now. They're kind of scattering. These guys are definitely gonna like fall back and like kind of disperse into the forest and take cover behind trees. Same as you guys are. You took 2.
I like Huffler.
Yeah, that was their best showing. At this point, your allies are now taking their turns. So the 3 who just arrived include so there's the large human who's right next to the dwarf. There's also you see another guy in the back who's kind of tall and gangly, and then on the other side of him, there's actually a halfling who is like just all like geared up in leather. Like they're very stout looking, and the hat just like totally obscures their face, but they're even shorter than dwarf. You can tell that this is a halfling you're dealing with. They just pull 2 knives and just dive at the nearest guy.
Nice.
One of those will hit. Ooh, that'll be a kill. Good job. So the halfling just jumps on one guy and is just like with the knives, and he's like, coughing blood, and he falls over. The fellow in front of you, Aloran, he's going to turn to the dwarf. He's got a hatchet in his hand. He's like, "It's nothing personal, friend." Before he also like raises his arm and starts swinging. That might hit actually. He has.
It better hit after one
Yeah,
line
that'll
like
hit.
that.
That's it. And ooh, that's a nat 20, bitch. Oh shit! This guy actually can roll twice. Hold up. Okay, it's still going. So that's going to be 2 hits. One of them's a crit. So, no, son of a bitch. Nice. So that's a decent chunk of damage as he's swinging at this dwarf. And the dwarf, to his credit, now has like a hand on your muzzle and is like wrestling with this arm that's like swinging at him. Like he's like kind of hoisting himself up and just like kicking at you guys to keep you off. Just like you'll never fucking take me. And then the tall guy, he just kind of looks at this and looks at the halfling and is like, or he just takes aim with his crossbow and is gonna shoot one. And it's not gonna hit. I don't think that's gonna hit actually. No. Game. He just kind of like slowly slinks into the back of this line, just kind of like past you, John. He's just like, morning. I'm just going behind this tree here. And he just very quickly tucks himself into cover.
Was that one of our guys or one of their guys?
That was one of your guys. Yeah, he just took a shot at one of the guys you're fighting and missed. And he's like, "Shit. All right, well,
I don't know what I can do."
Yep. Reload. It just leaves 2 more who are standing behind the dwarf. They are going to take their turns attacking the bear, trying to help their dwarf friend, as well as the treacherous man who is also attacking the dwarf. So that's a nat 20.
Oh no!
The bear.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, boy. 11 damage on that first hit. This guy's pretty strong. You can see his muscles rippling as he's swinging at you, and you're like batting his arms away. You're definitely starting to feel pressured. There's a lot of fucking guys on top of you right now. Yeah, you. Where's your hit points at right now? 15? Yeah, you're starting to feel it. You're just like, okay, this is turning on me. This is what the bear does. And then does a 18 hits you. Yeah.
Wait, I thought you said he was one of them was attacking the murderous traitor.
This guy gets 2 attacks.
Oh god, dude.
Yeah.
That's me.
It's going to be 6 damage. The other guy is now attacking the traitor. That's a 20. Whew. Not for you, just now. So that was nice. So no, the man is still standing at the moment. For the second attack, he is still standing. That is there. He is not looking great though. He definitely takes a hit to the back, and he's like, son of a bitch, like backhands the guy, trying to push him off him, but you can see he's bleeding from a wound in his back. Top of the order, Aloran, the bear, is your turn. It is just a chaotic fucking clusterfuck now. There's guys in the woods shooting arrows at each other.
I'm gonna sweat like a fucking dwarf. Now I'm trying to this little.
Go for it.
Cool.
What'd you get?
I'm gonna add a d6.
That's what it's for. Hopefully it helps.
It doesn't.
What was it? Oh, that's not quite enough.
The other one is a 23.
23? That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Lauren, you still have inspiration from last.
The what?
You still have the inspo.
Inspiration.
Oh, that's too late. 14 damage.
14?
Yeah.
Holy
That
shit.
bitch better die.
He's not dead yet, but you definitely you like clamp down on his arm and just start shaking, like death rolling, and he's just like, "Shut up. Get all of here." He is just gonna start just fucking flailing against the back of your head with his hatchet.
He does have disadvantage on this.
He does have disadvantage. So that's a 1, so that's definitely missing.
So first he will lose his
And his second attack
invigility,
is going
then
to
he'll probably
be
lose his
that's a
ability.
30, yeah. So he's just like, I'm not left-handed. He can't fucking get like purchase on you.
I'm not
because that's
left-handed.
right on him.
Famous last words.
He's not looking great. He's in a bad spot. Noel, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I think this guy's gonna be dead by the time it gets back to his turn. So I will begin focusing my mockery elsewhere. Until I get more spell slots is kind of gonna be what I do in combat, folks. Let's see.
There was a pile of crossbows if you wanted one.
That's true. I should have grabbed a crossbow now I think about it. I mean, the odds
You want to
are
run back?
plenty of bolts.
Real quick.
I'm giving them disadvantage on things, which is not bad.
That's true.
If you want a crossbow, I'm just here.
There are those two
There's like 30.
beefy guys who are kind of helping the dwarf right now. Both humans, just kind of burly guys.
These fucking beefy motherfuckers, because I'm really me, but
Are there any particularly beefy motherfuckers that I can spot from my vantage point?
The other two burly guys in this party that you're fighting, they are both fighting Aloran and the one turncoat by the dwarf. So it's like a cluster of like 4 dudes and a bear right now in the middle of the fight. Both of those guys are pretty burly, and they're both totally fresh.
Okay, I will pick
No
one of
damage
the
yet.
burly dudes, not the dwarf, because he's already on his way out, I think. To mock, so they make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Ooh, that might save me. No,
It's gotta be
11.
15.
Damn it. Yeah, there's no way.
Cool. So, as he hears Noel yell out, Nique ta mère, he'll take another 3 damage.
He kind of pauses like mid swing and like looks at you like, why? Why would you say that?
What did I do to you?
Does he even understand?
That's the
I
beauty
was
of
gonna
it.
say, one day there's gonna be an NPC. It's gonna be like, "Oh, come on, man, I am not," and you're just gonna be like, "Oh."
I got a whole list of them, guys.
So Barnaby's turn. Unless Noel, are you moving?
I will take. I'll also get covered behind a tree. Obviously, my position's pretty revealed, but I'll just bump up against a tree, get behind one.
Maintaining cover.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, Barnaby, it's your turn.
Yes. And I plan to shoot an arrow out of a crossbow.
Who are you shooting, homie?
think I'll stick with the plan did last time, further in the back.
Okay, so the back line has scattered into the woods at this point. There's just kind of guys taking cover behind trees and shooting in every direction at this point. The only people still like out in the open are John in the back,
Yeah.
where he was like starting to, working on people, and then there's the clusterfuck in the middle with the bear, the dwarf, the traitor, and the two burly boys.
If you could take out the dwarf, this would be a good
Okay.
time to do it. Because we need him dead before next round.
Yeah, might. Alright, that's a fair point. I'll do that. Take out dwarf boy.
All right, shooting dwarfo. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Ooh, that might not hit. That's a 14.
14 will not hit.
Well,
Too low.
done all I can do.
Unfortunate. So another arrow zips over your head, Lauren, and over the dwarf's head as well.
Sorry about that.
Burberry, it's your turn. What are you doing?
2 bolts, 2 discs. I will join in the crossbowery with a 21.
21? Who are you shooting?
The dwarf. Why not?
Okay, shit. Yeah, that hits.
Oh, it's beautiful. 12.
Well, damage.
Nice.
Doofy. He's not. But you do see his arrow make contact and sink into his shoulder. And he... Not like this! He immediately pulls it out. How taking you all with me? At this point, like, the froth is now starting to turn red and, like, dribble down his beard. He's looking rough.
On the other side, he looks great as a redhead.
So Burberry, good shot.
We should make
John,
sure you
it
keep
is
that
your turn.
crossbow, Burberry.
Okay. John
I'm
is gonna.
a cleric. I get good deck stuff.
Apparently.
John, seeing the state that Lauren seems to be getting pretty bloodied, is going to reckless attack the dwarf.
Okay.
So he's gonna like shove his way through the people and just kind of like, boom.
Charge into this melee and just go ahead and roll to hit. And with reckless, you have advantage.
Oh god, that first roll was bad. Second roll's a nat 20.
Woo!
That'll do it.
Good job. All right, roll to hit or damage. Excuse me, not hit.
That first roll was a 3.
That would have sucked.
Yeah.
Reckless was a good call.
Okay, so that means that I get
Double damage.
2d10 plus 6.
Oh, doesn't the half-orc get an extra damage dice on crits?
Oh, right, 3d10 plus 6.
Yeah.
He did.
Maybe not. You don't know.
Because of savage attacks. Okay.
Yeah. He could live.
Does he have more than 18 health?
Well, first 10 was a 1. Second's a 4. And a third is a 10. So that's 21 damage.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
That's copyrighted now.
I'm not making any money off of this. I can say what I want.
I just want like John to literally just like dive in with the glaive like over his head and just double-handed just like chop this dude in half.
Damn.
His head off?
Down the middle.
He's just like double-handed over the head, just glaive chop right onto the
At least you
dwarf's
made it
head.
quick.
You guys watch the blade rise like fucking 15 feet into the air, extended over John's head, and then like a flash, and the dwarf freezes. And then there's a spray of blood running up the middle of his body, just in every direction. And like a fucking like a cut cucumber. He just kind of falls into pieces, just on the ground. And Lauren, you're just left with a limp hand in your mouth, where you were ravaged.
I didn't even realize she had his hand in his mouth.
I give my bear approval.
So he fucking dead.
He did. Unfortunately, now John has advantage on, or everybody has advantage on attacks against John now.
It seems like
Yeah.
they're focused on the bear.
They don't make
That might change now that
Yeah,
they're
maybe not
that's
after
split in
seeing.
half.
Yeah, we'll see. So
Would
Will
you prefer mauling by a bear or cut in half?
Wait. As my bonus action, can I do a giant roar of intimidation?
you could let out a guttural howl, sure.
Do I roll for intimidation or no? Or is it just effect?
Just effect, yeah. I think if we're gonna try and make an action out of it, treat it like action.
I wasn't sure if intimidation roars could be bonuses or if they had to be full actions.
I would generally rule action unless you got a special ability that allows you otherwise. What is Willem gonna fucking do here? Honestly, I think his best bet, honestly, is just to keep fucking blasting at this point. Like,
It's worked so far.
there's two big beefy guys. There's two big beefy guys out front. So he is going to. He's gonna take aim at one of them, and you'll watch as the one of his eyes flashes again, and let loose two Eldritch Blasts. Not bad. One solid blast smashes against this man's chest. You see smoke kind of rising into the air off of him before Willem kind of just like circles back and turns back behind a tree. The bandits in the woods are in a panic, just shooting at everything at this point. So most of you are going to have 3/4 cover if you are hiding behind a tree right now. John and Lauren, who are out in the open, no such luck, unfortunately. But these guys are just kind of frantically just shooting. So Noelle has just been cussing, which has not been terribly damaging. It's
I've
very,
done
like,
6
hurtful.
damage, thank you very much.
It's hurtful, but it's not like, an arrow in the face.
That's not fair.
Barnaby's getting one of these for sure. So Barnaby, that's a 3. That's going to miss you.
Yep.
Burberry has dropped some people, so I think they're going to take some shots at Burberry. That's also going to miss. That's an 8. And that might hit. Does a 15 hit you, Burberry?
With the 3/4 cover?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So that's 3 shots. John just cut a dude in half. So I think he's taking some shots.
What I
That's
expected.
a miss.
These guys have
That
advantage
might hit.
against John.
Oh, they do. Shit. Okay. That might hit then. Does a 13 hit John?
Nope.
Okay. Did a 20 hit John?
Yes.
Not natural, just a regular. So that will be. I believe it is. A nice 5 damage. And
That
then
was less than I was before I healed.
the bear will take a shot.
No. Use the shot.
The bear takes, and I believe this is a 21 to hit.
You got that.
The bear takes 6 damage.
I have 3.
Oh shit.
They're almost dead.
Just, you're like getting punctured by arrows, and you can feel your form starting to kind of vibrate and shudder, starting to lose control, but you hold on for dear life. You've got one more guy to maul. Um, that will take us to our lead figure's turn. So this guy who is kind of getting sandwiched by the two burly dudes next to John and Lauren, um, he's gonna pull back because he took a nasty hit. So he's gonna disengage and start running up the hill towards the group. This is now. You don't want to attack him, do you? Or do you? You can if you want.
No.
Okay. No, these are allies.
Just
so
to send
this is
message.
the guy who is. This is the guy who's up there helping you. The nothing personal, buddy. That guy.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna like kind of push off of the two burly guys and kind of run behind you and be like, "You got this, right?" Kind of just pat you on the side. Meanwhile, the halfling is going to run into the woods, and you just hear another shout, and this sound from behind a tree.
I like this happening.
That's a net 20.
I also like this halfling now.
Quality halfling. 10 out of 10 with halfling again.
I'll say, Barnaby, from your vantage point, you could actually see, just kind of like off to your right, looking down the hill at everybody. You see this halfling just like jump on a guy, like wrap its legs around the torso, and just start just stabbing at the neck and face. And before the guy can even scream, he's like, and just falls over, and the halfling's like, before scurrying off into the bushes.
I'm glad we're on his
Um,
side.
Hey. Mean things come in small packages.
Meanwhile, the tall, boring man who walked past John to take cover, he's just going to kind of lean out, look for somebody, and shoot. That's a nat 20.
Damn.
That is another one. Bites the dust. He leans out, and you're not even sure what he's shooting at before you see a body just out of a tree. And you just kind of watch as he's just like, and leans back behind the tree. That will take us to the allies who joined you in the first hunt. So Arthur and Bryce are taking shots at people in the woods. At the miss. At the miss. Leaf is saying, "Fuck this crossbow bullshit." He's going to follow the halfling's lead and pull out his hatchet and rush the nearest guy. And any of those might hit. One of those definitely did. And both of those did, yes. Excellent. Not great damage, though. So he just rushes in and just starts like wailing on one guy in the bushes, and he is like pushing him off with a crossbow, trying to avoid the worst of this attack. But Leaf is a pretty big dude. You can tell he's probably got this one handled. That leaves the two burly boys next to John and Lauren. So
Say hello to the fish person.
one of them is going to attack you, because you are a big bear, and you are still holding onto the the limp arm of the dwarf.
Shouldn't attempt to just throw the arm into the guy's face and make him miss.
Not on another person's turn. Reactions are what you can use outside of turn order, but I would say no. He does have disadvantage from Noelle cussing at him, though, for what it's worth. So there is that. Okay, he definitely misses the first hit. The second hit, I think, hits though. 14 plus numbers is.
Anyone answer the door? What's your name?
All right, you take 6 damage.
I'm person.
All right, so he swings at the bear, and you're just like, and turn back into Big Blue Lauren.
Actually, I'm probably like a dwarf.
Yeah, you're like half this guy's size. You just got like this. There's more great. You're still holding on to the resistance. Pull your sword out. Fuck you. The other guy is going to turn to John. He has advantage. That's a nat 20. And second hit is going to be a 14 plus. So 18 total. I believe that hits John. Yes. John's taking some damage.
He's taking half of some damage.
Half some damage, yeah. So it's going to be 13 total damage. And that'll take us back to the top of the order. Aloran, you've just been beaten out of bear form.
Before we get into combat again in this round, could we just...
And this big guy, he... Do what?
I said, before we get into combat in this round, could we just get an update on, like, numbers here?
Sure. So, the dwarf, dead on the ground, split in half. The large mass of men who joined you, 6 of them have been taken down. There are 4 still kind of milling about in the bushes, taking shots. And then there's these 2 big burly guys in the middle. One of them currently standing in front of Aloran, looking down at you like, "You'll know, bear."
Fuck you, asshole! And then I turn back into a bear.
What the fuck? You just go for the throat. Sure, sorry. All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
If I succeed in killing him and ripping off his
Touche.
15 and an 18.
Roll.
What?
Is that the total to hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are both going to hit. Yeah, we got plenty here.
You're no bear. Blinks back into a bear.
I know, I need bear armor.
It's like, the fuck I'm not. Yeah, so you just start swinging and biting, and this guy's like, "Oh, shit." I immediately forget that. Noel, it is your turn.
Alright, Noel is...
He is still standing, but he is definitely like, you like are bearing down on him with your full weight, and he is like starting to give ground. You can tell he's not strong enough to stand up against you. You don't have long.
now that the scariest among them seem to have begun to lose their footing, I did say that I was near... I guess I could use my movement to do this too, but I'd like to get over to our tied up friend and nab his crossbow and bolts.
Sure.
I don't... What kind of crossbow is it? Because I am proficient with hand crossbows.
So these are light crossbows.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't add proficiency, but I do add dex to when I attack with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
So I will quickly, I guess, get his crossbow. I assume he would have like a bolt in there, and I'll just fire it at one of the...
Yeah.
One of, I guess, the weak guy you were mentioning.
Weak guy. Is that the one that Aloran's currently?
Yeah, you said there's a guy who's on his last legs.
Yeah, he does not look great.
Okay, I will.
He's in rough shape.
I'll try for him. 12.
12 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That will hit.
Oh. What's the
That
damage
was-
dice on the light crossbow?
It is a D8, I believe.
Oh, D8.
Yes, D8
Cool.
plus Dex.
Okay, D8 plus Dex. 8 damage.
8 damage. Very nice. The arrow sticks in his chest. He kind of goes down on one knee. He is still doing everything he can to push this bear off of him. But you see him coughing up blood now. He is in very bad shape. Barnaby, it is your turn.
It's time for another arrow.
Who shoot? Bandits in woods? Bandits out in open? What do you want?
In woods.
Woods? All right. These guys are also going to have cover as they are hidden behind trees and the like, taking pot shots.
So I just have to roll really high. Or hope
Yeah.
so.
Depends how much cover they got.
Yeah.
3/4 is +5 AC, right?
Yep.
It's pretty good. Yeah. I gotta roll really well. Let's see. +6. Thankfully, today is the day. That's a 25.
Hey, bueno. All right, that hits.
All right. Damage a little lackluster. That's an 8.
8 damage.
That's a 2 plus my bonus.
Okay. That's not terrible.
Not my best showing.
You nail one guy, and you like shoot him in the ass. He's like, "Oh shit!" And he immediately looks up at you,
Bet I'll wake up in the morning.
still standing, but very uncomfortably. Burberry.
He ain't gonna be sitting, I can tell you that.
Oh no.
Burberry
No,
will say under his breath, wonder if that means he gained one or lost one. And then he is going to start running towards the woods. Like, bad idea. And I would like to get within rapier range of someone, if I can.
Rapier? Okay, yeah. There's probably someone pretty close by that you could rush. There's the guy that Leaf ran at. He was within movement distance, and Leaf wasn't too far from you. So if you want to run in and help him out.
Yeah, I think
that one guy.
Leaf is, like, fighting with him, and then Burberry like goes up underneath his legs.
Just scurries in and just
Upper parry, cut, whatever.
Sure. All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Oh, I was hoping it was a nat 20.
It wasn't that one.
Okay, you
No.
you're super psyched about this move, and you like slide in, and you like, and you like puncture like straight through the hem of Leaf's pants, and like he like jumps a little. He's like, "Watch where you're going."
Jeez, I will fix it later.
But you have to pull it out of his pants. It's like stuck in there like a safety pin. It's very, very awkward. He just kind of looks at you like, I don't want to talk about this again. That'll take us to John.
Apologies.
How many people are left at this point?
4 in the woods and the 2 guys in front of you.
Well, I guess I'll smack one of the 2 guys in front of me.
All right, go ahead and roll the hit. Which one do you want to hit? There's one. Aloran is like bearing down on top of one of them. He's like on one knee, like bleeding profusely. The other one is still standing and facing off of you.
I will hit the one that's standing, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
That would be a 24 to hit.
That'll hit. Give you some damage.
13 damage.
13. He is. But he also takes a terrible cut to his side and kind of staggers backwards against his fellow burly man. They kind of look at each other. And you see this like shared sense of like dread building between them. And they look back at their respective opponents and steel themselves for one last fight. That will take us to the bandits in the woods, who are looking at this, and it's not looking good. And you hear one voice say, "Man, fuck this!" And you hear rapid footsteps as someone takes off running through the underbrush. You hear another one like, "Oh no, 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 not you!" And he's also. You see another one actually running, kind of almost parallel to your party, like up the hill, being chased by the halfling.
Do we learn this halfling's name? We need
other...
to.
Do what?
Do we know this halfling's name? If not, we need to.
You don't know him yet. You could though, if the halfling survives the fight.
He or she better survive because I want to meet this halfling and I want to shake their hand.
I mean,
You better hope this happens.
So far, they've got my vote for MVP at the end of the session. So far.
Yep.
We'll see.
Well, as this halfling is chasing one of them away, another one of the guys who's standing and staying to fight, he's going to lean out from behind his tree and actually take a shot at their back as he's running. Yes.
No!
Will hit!
We've grown attached.
Yeah, give me the 8, please. The 8, please.
Almost the halfling lives.
I can make no such promise. Give me the dice.
Don't let him die.
You see the arrow whiz and like catch itself in the coat. The halfling kind of stumbles a little bit, but keeps running. Still on their feet. That was not as high as it could have been. Meanwhile, the tall, quiet man in the back, he's going to lean out again. As that one bandit leaned out to shoot that bandit. Oh, actually, no, what's on the bandit's turn? Excuse me. One guy is going to turn to. Who's the biggest problem here? Honestly, the bear keeps reappearing. John is just like fucking shit up. I'll just roll one the other. Okay, John, you are going to take no damage as they miss.
Do they have advantage still or no?
No, because that was last turn.
Oh, okay.
And that is all the bandits in the group. That brings us to allies. Your friend up front, who kind of fell back, is going to turn back and draw a dagger and just kind of like flick it underhand, like under your arm, Aloran, at the guy on the ground. Hey, that'll hit. And it hits him in the heart, and you see the light in his eyes fade immediately as blood just pours out of the wound, and he just kind of falls over, crushed under your weight as you press down on him. And he continues to kind of fall back up the hill, making for Willem. The quiet man in the back is going to lean out. He's going to take a shot at the guy who just shot at the halfling. That's definitely going to hit. Dice. And that's going to kill. And that guy is fucking down for the count as another arrow through the back. The halfling is going to catch up to their quarry. And that's actually a miss. I think probably the stumbling from the arrow that kind of caught their coat kind of threw them off balance a little bit, slowed them down, and they just aren't able to close that distance. They kind of go for the jump and kind of hit the ground and scramble to keep up. Arthur, Bryce, and Leaf taking shots. Arthur misses. Bryce is going to hit one of the runners and take him down. Leans out. He's like, "Oh no, you don't!" And you see that guy just throw his hands up and oofs into the bushes. And Leaf is going to probably run for the last guy who Barnaby. God, I almost said Burberry. Barnaby shot earlier, and You take him down. That is low 5. Okay. That is going to take that guy out. And that just leaves one last burly man staring you down, John. And as he watches the bear settle down on his partner, finds himself kind of surrounded on all sides, he throws down his weapons and just raises his hands into the air. So, Aloran, top of the order. This guy is surrendering, looks like. And there is one individual still fleeing the halfling up the hill.
Brethren.
Okay, so you want to rush that guy?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. What's your speed at? 40?
40 for a bear, I think.
Yeah, 40 feet.
So this guy took off into the woods earlier in the battle, so he got distance from you about 30 feet, and now he's like another 30 feet further. So if you dash, you can catch up to him, but you can't attack him. However, if he tries to leave your area of threat, so to speak, you can take an opportunity attack on him. So he kind of has to stand and fight or disengage. And
I got you.
okay, so you just kind of catch up and like skid to a halt in front of him and just like raise your heckles. And he's like, oh shit, and fucking like veers off to the side. So he's running. Noel, what are you doing?
Can I see the fleeing dude? Because I would take a shot at him if I could.
Yeah, you can see him. I'd say he's gonna have half cover, so just a +2, just because he's running through trees.
Okay, I'll attempt to shoot him with the crossbow that I pilfered. Nat 20.
Oh shit!
Dead.
Damn, Noel.
I'm very good at this.
Apparently, where it's at.
Not great damage, unfortunately. 7 total.
7.
Yep, 2d8
That is
plus.
not
Oh wait,
quite
sorry,
enough.
9 because of plus dex. Sorry, 9.
9 is enough.
Hey, there we go.
This guy, he's running. The bear cuts him off. He's like, oh shit. He's like adjusting and turning, and no sooner has he like started to take a step than through the back of the head, and he just slides across the
Can I do
ground.
bear clap?
Right? And you see the halfling kind of like just kind of patter to a halt. Just, oh.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, yeah, I know.
It just jumps in the
Excellent.
corpse and just.
Turns around. He turns back quickly and then hurries back to the group. You guys have basically cleaned this shit up. Yeah, there's just the one guy who surrendered here, got his hands up. And your party kind of comes out of hiding. You see Arthur and Bryce and Leaf kind of come out of the trees. The 3 newcomers also reveal themselves. This halfling and the tall, awkward man and this lead figure.
To mend Leaf's tunic.
Okay, sure. He's just like thank you.
Apologies.
You know. We don't have to talk about it anymore.
He does not. So like,
Yeah, I'll give us
welcome back to the party.
I'll turn back into
Lauren.
Aloran and like flip my little fins over my like there. I did good.
You do that, and the halfling's like, ooh.
And I'm like so excited. I like walk into the halfling and I'm like, I would like to be your friend.
We've adopted our first NPC.
Oh yeah? What's that?
That was awesome.
Oh yeah, what? Stinggrass. He extends the hand.
Lauren.
Let them meet ya.
What's his name?
Singras.
Singras.
Sengras.
SEN.
GRAS.
Halfling. Crazy motherfucker.
Daddy motherfucker.
Willem's gonna come out from behind his tree and join. Oh, very good work, folks. I got a little hairy, but
Can I heal?
bravo. Yeah, if you want.
I want both of them.
Does anybody need a bit of a top off?
Actually, I think you go to heal Willem and he'll just kind of wave you off. Honestly, he's gonna. I'm fine.
Burberry will ask though. Like, does anybody need a top off? Did anybody get? I can fix one person right now.
One guy who took a big slash across his back. The man who was standing beside the dwarf for most of that fight. He's gonna raise his hands. He's gonna be like, "I took a nasty hit. I would not say no if you've got something."
Yes. Here, let us pray with Sturk, and he'll like. So what he does is like he'll touch his holy symbol, and then he'll run his hand like follow the slash mark. To not roll a d20 for a d8 roll. That's not what I want to do. And he can have back 11 hit points.
Oh, very nice. I'll take that for sure.
What about the dude who surrendered? What's he up to?
He's
Very
he's
surrendered.
surrounded by like 15 people now, I think. There's the 6 of your guys and then 12 people, excuse me. So he's just like, y'all, I'm fucking done. Whatever y'all are doing. Don't want to be part of this shit.
So we now have 12 people on our side?
You've got a group of 12 with you right now. Yeah. And we got more people back in town. As soon as we're ready to move.
So, how many of Theron's men are left in the hold?
Well, this is about half of them right here. Kind of gestures around all the bodies. So that just leaves
20-ish.
roughly. Should be 8 on the manor grounds. 3 or 4. Garden Varen himself. Venice himself, excuse me. And whatever handful are on patrol on the roads. And everyone off duty, sitting at home. So,
I'd like to take a short rest if you want more bear attacks.
I think that might be in order. We need to do a head count anyways and see who's left.
So-
Perhaps we can connect this one to the other one.
I'm up. Y'all want to take prisoners? That's your business.
Why are we taking prisoners, by the way?
Because
Great question.
Because he
Willem, again,
so he
lays a hand on the knife.
I'm just asking if there's like a legitimate purpose for them.
I
I don't have one.
suppose not, but I don't really think that killing people unnecessarily is.
What if you were sacrificing them to your god?
That's not how my god rolls.
Prisoners can be useful.
None of your gods work that way?
I didn't say none of my gods, but my favorite, or rather, the one who favors me, does not roll that way. A life domain, you understand. And while death is a part of the natural cycle, this is unnecessary.
Okay. Well, we don't actually have a legitimate purpose for them. We're just not killing them for the sake of not killing them.
Well, we're not killing them because they have no recourse.
They
So
might-
again, we are simply not killing them for the fact of not killing them.
John, all right, look. As much as I agree, I think for the purpose of keeping this thing moving, just set a watch on them, keep them tied up. We'll figure out what we're doing from there, yeah?
Perhaps they might also offer some information on the other side.
No, they're not going to be able to tell me much I don't already know, but I suppose it couldn't hurt. So, boys, let's get these bodies back up into the woods, figure out who's here and who's still alive, and get this last leg of the plan hammered out, shall we? Help me with these. And he's going to start grabbing bodies and dragging them back up the hill towards your kind of body dump. So, I think this is a good place to take a break. It's 10 o'clock. So, let's be back in 10 minutes.
Okay,
Good.
sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some cookies.
All right, stream's live again.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
Okay, so picking up at the end of the battle. There's a decent amount of activity taking place. Willem and his 6 loyal men are currently kind of organizing the corpses and doing a quick like who's who. You know, it's like I know him, I know him, whose head is that? Oh, right, and figuring out who has been subdued right now. And they seem pretty wrapped up in that. It's going to be a little bit. Is there anything you guys want to do while they are occupied?
If
Short rest.
Are we taking a short rest? Because if we are, I can use my bard feature to help everybody who needs health. Song of Rest. That you get to roll an additional d6 when you use hit points during a short rest.
Yeah, sure.
I just have to play some nice, just something instrumental while over the course of the hour.
Okay.
And that,
Yeah,
and
I
that's for
think
anyone taking a short rest, basically.
I think asking about it, Willem will respond that you get catch your breath, give yourself a breather here, be ready to move because we are getting close to it. Just got to set up a few more things here and make sure we got all our ducks in a row.
So what is the next step in your mind, Willem?
Well, next step is we need to coordinate the subdual of the remainder of Theron's forces outside the manor. Just to ensure we don't got nobody coming up behind us in the middle of this. Part of that is going to involve setting up a watch along the edge of town, which I will be sending these good gentlemen to take care of, and he'll point to the 6 who kind of helped y'all with these bear hunts. So half of y'all are heading north, half of y'all are heading south to get to the edge of town. Don't let nobody get past you on the way to the border camps. Comprendi? And Leaf and the other sort of lead figure in this group, who I guess the new people should probably introduce themselves to. So the lead of this new trio, this is Baranon. Baranon, yeah. He's just kind of a tall, stocky, grim guy. The other two, the tall, quiet man is Ronald. What's up, Ronald? And the halfling, as Aloran's already met, is Thingrath. Good to meet a lot of you.
Pleasure is ours. I believe you have a fan club.
Oh yeah, no, we met. He's great. She turned into a fucking bear.
Like a little stab move that jumps.
It's good, right? Because I'm small. I can. Not many people can do that. It's a good one. It's really good. So y'all the new hires, yeah?
Yeah, I guess.
Contractors more like, but I'd say the option's open to you if you want to stick around.
Would that be a fan cup?
That's good. I get that one. It's real clever. Anyways, as I said, contractors for the time being.
Well, we haven't done it yet. So.
We can discuss future work once this is all done. In the meantime, you 3 need to get ready, head out, blockade town. We will be heading into town to meet up with some of my boys, wrap up some business with. I think there's probably 7 or 8 in town that still need to be taken care of. After that, Manor's all ours. So,
Do you
any
expect,
questions?
Do you expect Leon or Takai to be a problem? Was his name
I
Takai?
expected Tolkai.
Tolkai.
Tolkai, yeah.
How do you spell it?
Tolkai.
Oh, so close. Okay, sorry.
Well, I expect they'll probably be in the manor. Leon doesn't leave Theron's side. He's been bodyguard the old man for ages now.
Is there a way we could get the other one separated?
Well, they're off duty. They should be isolated. Should be easy pickings. Just gotta walk in, take care of business, move on. So, this is the easy part. After that, less than easy part. Like I said, gotta take the manor. Uh, Tolkai probably won't be outside unless they have caught wind that we're up to no good, in which case he theoretically would be the one in charge of rallying the defense. But I think we've been pretty careful, kept our cards close to our chests on this one. So, if anything, he'll probably be taking tea with the boss, as he tends to.
It's just tea.
Probably. Old guy's a little standoffish. I wouldn't exactly expect him to be much of anything for anybody.
Maybe he wants his heart. Just don't know.
I think he's just accustomed to living nice. But
It is no tea and snookies.
old guy's probably going to be inside until nightfall. Leon ain't leaving. And whatever guards are on shift right now, they're going to be stuck on shift once we're done. So they'll probably know something's up once night comes around, but well, by then it'll be way too late.
I suppose it would be impossible to take a long rest between now and then.
I'll be honest with you, I'm a little winded, but I ain't exactly sleepy. But no, we probably don't have time for that.
So the next step is just to march into town?
Well, we got a couple ways we can handle it. We can skulk in, be secretive about it, try and handle this quietly. Or we can just assert ourselves. Walk openly, move as we please, handle who we need to. The rest be damned. They'll fall in line.
Are there any big figures guarding that we need to be up on lookout for?
For the time being, no, we've kind of got the run of the place.
I mean, like directly guarding him.
Oh, directly guarding Venice. Yeah, Leon's gonna be there. He's a tough asshole. And Tolkai's probably gonna be there too. Another tough asshole.
How would they compare to you?
I wouldn't like their chances, but I also wouldn't appreciate them catching me in the dark unawares. Hey! Anyways.
But a one-on-one straight-up fight, you wouldn't lose.
In a straight up fight, I'd probably win. I'd probably hurt too, though.
But that gives us a rough estimate of their abilities.
Fair enough. The thing is, I like having numbers. There's security in it. You saw to that. We didn't lose a single damn man. I think with the force we've arrayed here, with the men we have in town, we might be able to just force a surrender. Truth be told.
That's what I would prefer, but if you think there's more combat ahead of us, then we should be prepared for it.
I'm down for whatever. I would like to confirm Chad, if you're talking to us, we can't hear you.
I don't think Cat was talking.
Apology.
No.
Well, I did
saw
start, but like.
I saw her mouth moving. It was like.
Well, I did start, but I stopped because I heard you were talking and I didn't want to run over what you had to say.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say that I wanted to verify if the person I'm looking for is still alive and, if possible, get him out so that they can't use him as a hostage.
Folk?
Yeah.
Folk's still alive. Don't worry.
Where is he?
Kind of looks over his shoulder. Kind of southward.
I look where he's looking.
You see Crown Peak kind of rising up over the trees. He's
They
safe.
put him in the hunters and shit place, didn't they?
Maybe.
I fucking knew we were going to go to that haunted ass shit place.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna go to Barnaby look, we get to go. We get to go to spooky place.
Perhaps we should try and force a surrender first and bluff if necessary before we take more hostile tactics, if only to save possible bloodshed down the line.
I suppose that's fair. Just recognize we do this in the open, we lose all element of surprise. But you're right.
I
We
think
could
we've lost
potentially.
it.
You think so?
I mean, if Venice is at all smart, he will notice that 2/3 of his men just went missing.
Well, it's true.
We would possibly, if Venice were to.
I'd say the window's small. Let's say, if we do have surprise to keep it.
If Venice were to lose his surprise, how would he react, do you think?
My suspicion. If he were to suspect something was up, say, he'd probably put a call out in town, withdraw forces into the manor, pull up for the time being,
Would there
see
be
if things develop.
guards in the manor, or would they all be posted outside?
Venus keeps a small group of bodyguards with him around his person.
Or how strong are you?
Leon and company.
Could a bear take?
Maybe one or two. It hurt. Trained killers, them. But
Do you know how to kill? But it would only be me.
I mean, it's a way to get the rest of us in. Yeah. You get in, unlock the door or a window or something. We could bypass security outside completely.
Did you mention? Did out of character? Did you mention the mouse-size hole?
I thought I did.
I think she probably mentioned it, but I don't remember.
If only you turned into like a flying squirrel, like John could just launch you.
Well, she can get in via the moat, right? That's what we're talking about right now.
I can swim through the moat, turn into a mouse, go through the mouse hole, and then I'll be inside the building.
You just turn into a flying squirrel and John will just launch you across the moat.
Is that
When I was
worth
in a cow.
a wild shape?
Yeah, that's my question.
Do we gain enough out of that?
Well, if
Well, sorry.
Because if she uses a wild shape to cross and a wild shape once she's over, then she's out of wild shapes.
Well,
Well, I don't
no,
have to use the wild shape to get into the moat because I can just swim because I'm a Triton, so I can
Oh, right.
live underwater.
Actually, you could also wild shape before you got to the moat. Rats are surprisingly good swimmers. They got up all in the toilets once at the constabulatory, and it was real nasty.
I'll just stick to a person.
Or you turn into a snake.
I'll be
Apparently, snakes can open doors now.
All I know is that if it's a mouse and I'm going in as a mouse, I'm not going to test another creature that it might not work with.
If Lauren can let us in, I can get 3 folks in through that opening myself. Safely and secretly. But that leaves 2 that still have to sneak in on their own accord.
Are we switching to a sneaking plan now?
If we're breaking in through a mouse hole, that sounds like a sneaking plan to me. If we're spitballing here, that this is what I got.
I feel like we've
Sounds
kind of
like
committed to the whole killing people plan at this point.
If we're gonna if we're gonna try to save people, the best course of action would be to sneak into the manor, kill the guards, take Venice hostage, and then let everybody know that he's surrendered, and then we're gonna save all the people in the town.
If we did sneak in, we could theoretically use their own defenses against them and just close up the hold.
Willem, do you
You
think
look like you had
do you think there's any I mean, I could get in if you think that there's any guard that Venice would allow in to give them urgent news.
kind of looks over to the 2 survivors. I mean, shit.
That something has gone horribly
Somebody
wrong.
ran away. That could work.
I don't know what I do when I'm in there. I think I could technically have a Lauren with me,
That's true.
but I don't know what the next step is.
I mean, that could be your way in then. That's 1 person sneaking in, no issues. So we just gotta see who's left that could handle themselves crossing the moat and climbing in a window on their own.
Definitely not me.
Well, okay, if you're going in as a mouse,
I'm saying even if it's a mouse,
Would it be possible if one of the things that, well, so if Aloran went in with Noelle as a mouse, while Noelle went to go deliver the news of things
Sure.
going poorly, Aloran could open a back door?
back door when it, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Noel can get in, Lauren can get in. If y'all can get an opening, I can get 3 more people in invisibly, as I demonstrated at the border camp when we fucked that shit up. Had to run, remember? That's 3 people I can cover, but that still leaves 1 of us on the outside that needs to get in.
Does it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
I count 6. Unless the 5 of you think you can handle this yourselves.
Well, I know that Barnaby likes to
In which
stay
case,
at a range, and so do you, actually, Willem.
this is true. But,
Won't
man,
deny that.
bad.
Willem, have you been in the manor?
Sure.
And would it be usual to see you in the manor?
It's not unusual, no, though I don't tend to linger.
Well, I'm mainly asking because if it's not unusual for you, do you have to involve yourself in the invisibility that you cast?
Not necessarily.
So theoretically, you could just be visible and turn three of us invisible because they're used to seeing you in there.
This is true.
Technically, we could take you hostage, and Noelle leads you in.
Or other way around, Willem could just be escorting a guard who has bad news that he wants to cooperate.
All right. Okay. Here's where I'm at. Pointed out earlier, Venice, if he's got any kind of head on his shoulders, probably gonna figure shit's out of whack within the next couple hours, right? Because shit's real fucked up for him right now. If I show up tonight, I'm inclined to think he will not look kindly on my presence. He may find that a hair suspect. I do think, however, he may be willing.
What if you were caught doing a coup and our friendly guard caught you attempting to do so?
This is where
That's what I'm saying.
I-
We just take you in
I'm
with us.
all right. So I'm catching on what you're picking up, what you're putting down. All right. We're caught up now. Everyone's on the same page.
I'll go get the manacles.
Okay.
Noelle's so out of character. Noelle's super happy. She's like, finally, I had to fucking handcuff this bitch. Okay.
It's a very good plan, Lauren, and I'm sorry it took me a bit to get there.
That was
High
long as you let me follow the hand of the
five? Is that a thing people do?
I think you just invented it.
Are you gonna leave the first high five hanging?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't hear you.
I like to think she's just looking at the hand like, what are you expecting me to do?
I hear this is a thing among kids.
I think we're supposed to look at the elbows for a really good one.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So the plan then is we have an escort of a disguised Noel and 3 invisible amigos walking me in to Theron. That does still leave the village, which my boys could probably handle themselves. It does sidestep the need to take care of defenses outside the manor, which I like, although they'll be dealt with eventually.
Hey, can I borrow you in secret chat for 2 seconds?
Oh.
I mean, it's not going to be a secret. Connie's right here.
No, it's for information that I have. I'm not actually telling it to anyone.
Do I need to leave?
Yeah, give me a second, Charlie.
And then me and Barnaby and John will entertain the stream.
Oh,
So is John gonna be invisible?
So as far as I understand it, it's going to be John, Barnaby, Burberry, invisible, Noel disguised, Willem in chains, and a Lauren mouse. And that'll get us into the
Okay.
manor.
And who are you gonna be disguised as?
One of the guards we captured, who in turn captured Willem, who he found attempting to overthrow Venice.
How is Venice gonna think that the guard captured Willem if Willem is almost or stronger than the 2 guards that guard him?
I don't know. That's worth thinking about. I feel like as long as they believe the lie enough to let us in the door, that's all we need. It doesn't need to hold up to scrutiny. It just needs to be a believable thing.
I wonder if we could use a disguise kit to make it look like he's like super bloodied up and like got the shit kicked out of him.
I bet Plet would do that. I bet Plet would let me do that.
Because if we could do that, then maybe we can make it like you're just the only surviving person after the fight.
Right. That's
Not
kind of
like
what I
you
was
took him down
thinking.
alone.
Or I could just lie and say like, "Oh yeah, we captured Willem, and we got like a few more of his guys we're tying up in the woods out there. We're gonna bring him back." Just so that Venice thinks he's got more backup than he does.
Okay, Johnny is over.
Did secrets get shared?
Oh God, let me go get her. Oh,
Yes, secret gotcha.
Cool.
John.
We lost Plet.
I'm back.
Oh, there he is.
Johnny will be back shortly.
All right.
Ah.
Clark
So-
brought up a thing while you guys were in secret chat. He said, "Could we use my disguise kit to make Willem look like he's beat to hell?"
That sounds like a thing you could definitely attempt for sure.
Okay.
I mean, you could also rip his clothes up a bit. I
You're
can.
also just like, we could also just beat Willem
we
up.
could just kick his ass.
I don't know if he'd go for that, but
No,
Um,
I just meant do some rips and tears that I can fix later, just to.
I don't think Willem's going to care much about his clothes once this is all over.
There's also plenty of spare blood about.
this is true. Not sure I want to be smearing that on me necessarily, but I take your point. We'll figure it out. John pitched disguising Willem with Noel's disguise kit to make him look beat up, and
Well, he brought up a good point that, like, a random guard beating up or catching Willem would be a little weird. So it's like if we just make the story a little more believable by making Willem look like he got his ass kicked ahead of time or something.
Because
sounds like a plan to me.
it's like because we could say that like it was like an ambush in the woods. We were able to kill him. That everybody else is like dealing with all the bodies and shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is like tell him like, oh yeah, we're just taking care of the rest of his men we found, but I got this one. I thought you'd want to see him, something like that.
And then you can just like smack him on top of the head.
You have also
Careful.
heard how
Whatever. It's
These
part of
two-
I'm not doing it. I'm a mouse. So.
And so is the point of this all that eventually someone says a keyword and we all just attack, or?
I mean, to me, this seems like a surefire way to get in the manor easy and bypass security, which I like. I think we could probably subdue whatever escort follows us in before proceeding on to Venice, just to keep those two separate. But I like the odds. Gonna leave our men in town to take care of town, take care of the guards outside, whatever we need, and we just handle business inside ourselves.
Do we have any further reason to wait then, beyond this hour we're taking?
Unless you have a strong, compelling reason that we should be acting at night or tomorrow or whatever. Which I don't. I think we're ready to go.
Just so I'm clear, so we're going to sneak inside invisibly and then dispatch the guards, then go to Venice.
So, Willem says he expects somebody will follow you guys in, just like to escort you to Venice.
Mm-hmm.
So, take them out, then move on to Venice.
Okay, and I'm going to assume that at that point, since unless like Noel and Aloran and Willem can just take out those by themselves, so that the invisible people can stay invisible
As long as possible.
as long as possible.
That's fair.
I'd say just kind of use your best judgment, probably. Like, if it seems like we're getting our asses handed to us, we might need our backup early. But it sounds like once we're in the door, it kind of doesn't matter at a certain point. Like, Aloran's gonna have to transform back pretty quick, it sounds like, once we're in, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
It kind of just sounds like get in the door and raid the house.
Look for me.
Venice first. Alright.
Have I not killed a fuck ton of these people? And you are doubting me?
I'm not doubting, I'm just keeping you on task. Venice first, and then we can look for your mirror.
I think it's very nice you're still looking for the mirror.
What was it?
I said I think it's very nice you're still looking for the mirror.
Alright, well, I need to do some research then.
It's precious.
I will go... I'm gonna go talk to... What's the guy with the sock in his... It's not a sock anymore, it's a handkerchief.
Oh.
Give him a slap on the cheek. Oh, is he awake?
He downgraded.
Yeah, he's been awake this whole time.
Oh, sorry, I don't need to slap him then. I'll just say, hi, you still being quiet? Alright, come here. I'll take the handkerchief out. Hi, what is your name?
Free.
You're very pretty.
That's not a name.
Dustin. Dustin. My name's Dustin.
Dustin? And, do you know, is anyone suspicious of what's been going on today? You were part of the first group.
There's a bear that attacked someone on the road. Just, thought we were gonna go kill a bear.
Did you...
Can I be like a bad cop to Noel? And I'm like behind like this and going,
Just like mean mugging him over his
Yeah.
shoulder. Yeah, sure. He's just like,
Hey, Ice here. Did you hear about the bear attack in the... Shit, what was the camp we came from? The South Camp?
South Camp.
In the South Camp.
There's a bear attack? No. What? That was you.
Wait, does that mean you did or did not hear?
Not just now.
Oh, okay, well...
he looking at me when he says it was you.
Yeah.
And I'll be like,
Oh God.
Things are changing quickly, Dustin.
Yeah. No. That way.
I think you need to evaluate your priorities again.
Look, Kind of leans forward. Look, my mom doesn't have anybody anymore. And Venice is, he's had her doing laundry for, since Paul died. And it's been good for us. It's just it's not personal. I swear it's not personal. It's just he gave us a job.
Dustin, we're not going to kill you, okay?
Okay.
But we need you not to turn your back on us.
But I'm right here. I'm not going in. I'm tied up. I can't turn anywhere.
Good. You won't mind if I borrow this? And I'll just gesture to his face as my face turns into his.
Oh. He looks like kind of mortified and still kind of like that mixture of like enamored but also terrified of you. You know, it's like this mixture of emotions now. It's just like disgust and arousal, but disgust. She's so beautiful but terrifying. Now she's me. Is she still her?
The other one.
What's
I thought
happening?
the other isn't the other one high ranking?
The big burly guy who surrendered.
Oh, the big
It was strong.
I honestly don't think it matters that much.
because clearly Willem's strong. So
So you turn into Dustin.
Yeah, I'll be Dustin.
Okay. He's just got this dumbfounded look on
Okay,
his
cool.
face.
Yeah, I'll just kind of. I'm wearing my dress still, so it's him in a dress.
You turn into Dustin Genderbend.
That we have to strip him naked.
it's like how I look at a dress.
It's Dustin cross-dressing more like, but yeah.
Let's
He's
see
very-
here. I'm gonna go grab some armor off of the ground.
Okay.
Of a dead guy.
There's a lot of leather armor around. Most of it is pretty badly damaged by the fight.
I will pick pieces that are less damaged
Wasn't-
to.
Well, wasn't there the one from the guy who got shot in the back of the head that should be unmolested?
That's true. There are some headshots. You could probably find their armor's just bloody,
Yeah.
but it's not damaged
I'll
necessarily.
pick and choose little pieces that look less damaged so that I have a more comprehensive set of armor.
Just kind of assemble yourself a little disguise out of it. Get your leathers covered. Get a coat. Get a hat.
Burberry goes, let me borrow you for a second, and he'll basically stick a finger in some of the blood on the floor and like drag a claw across one of your cheeks. Not hard enough to like cut or anything, but you know.
There.
Fair.
Could you do like 3 maybe?
Yeah. And he'll like repeat the gesture.
How are you doing that with my voice?
I just had to hear you.
Fuck.
I would like to know the name of the dwarf that was murdered. What was his name? I'm talking
Probably could ask Willem.
Willem, what's his name? What's the other name?
When Dustin's like super confused, John's gonna lean over and be like, magic.
That was Fargrim.
I just
Now
want
it's-
some names so if they ask questions, we can be like, oh, Fargrim and the others are back handling the rest of the...
He sure is handling a lot down there, isn't he? Piece of shit.
Really cool kill, by the way. I've never done that before.
Yeah. Well,
All right, Willem, you're coming with me.
it's Jude, isn't it?
Jude?
Yeah.
Dope. Okay. We got Jude, we got Fargrim.
Which one was Jude?
I'm Jude, the burly captive.
Good to know.
Sorry, Jude.
No, you're not.
Is Jude human?
He is.
Okay.
Jude looks like he spent his entire life fucking throwing hay bales. Just a big fucking built ass guy. Farm strong.
All right, I will grab the manacles off of Dustin and walk over to Willem.
Alrighty.
You might need this, and Burberry gives you the key.
Well, sure. Yeah, I figured get the key. I guess we give the key to Willem.
Probably.
He'll hold his hands out for him.
Yeah, I'll manacle. I guess I'll manacle him behind the back, and then I'll put the key in his hand so he can palm it.
We manacle him closer to him.
Okay, before you manacle him, he's like, we've still got a good half hour before we need to move,
I'm
right?
just so excited.
I'm sorry, they're
I'm
not.
sure you are. They're gonna catch their breath first, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. Poor girl's gonna get jealous.
My daily flirt with Noelle.
Now I'm Dustin.
Yes, you best be careful, elsewise they might
He's in the character.
an open relationship.
Well, Bryce seemed eager. Where'd he get to?
I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm gonna go get myself in the conversation with Noelle and Burberry.
But no, Burberry's happy to shield you, and if Bryce tries to come over, he'll start going on about what was it? Wow, sorry. He'll be happy to talk about Siglick, and drone on and on and on until the other guy's like, this is weird.
Burberry is the Bryce deterrent.
Yeah, fair enough. You guys successfully repel Bryce from any further advances for the rest of the short rest. So, if you have any hit dice left, you can roll them. Any short rest features that come back.
I am going to do the Song of Rest, though, which I can still technically do.
Gotcha.
No, worse. Freaking Burberry starts going on about the god of chastity.
God of abstinence.
Yeah.
So,
Waiting until marriage.
Song of Rest, I guess actually it's going to be Dustin playing the lyre for most of this. But you guys will gain, even if you have no hit dice, you can still roll a d6 and gain that. And that's for anyone that can hear me.
Is that plus con or just the D6?
Just the d6.
Okay.
Anyone I choose that can hear me.
Do you choose Willem?
Does he need it?
He can recover with a short rest, but he does need to recover.
I'll choose Willem. He can use less hit dice.
All right.
I won't choose Dustin or Jude.
Fair. I don't know if they would necessarily know that you've chosen them or not. Like, it's just like you feel good with music, but
Well, it's sort of like a magical healing property. I presume there's some kind of effect to it.
by your will, some people benefit and others don't.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another.
The god of chastity and abstinence.
Maybe I'm just
now
singing a
named-
song about how Dustin and Jude suck. So they don't gain anything from it.
Poor bastards.
The god of chastity is now named Tiracha. And it has to be said with that inflection.
Tiracha.
Is there a limit on how many people you can Song of Healing?
I don't think so. It just says, let's see, I'll double check. Beginning at second level, you can use soothing music or oration to help revitalize wounded allies during a short rest. If you or any friendly creature who can hear you perform regain hit dice by spending hit dice at the end of the short rest. Oh, okay, so you don't have to actually spend a hit dice. Each of those creatures regain 1d6 hit points.
Okay.
Anyone who can hear me.
So, Singrass and Baranon are both going to take some time to catch their breath as well, because Singrass really pushed themselves today.
Yeah, they'll probably
They just got one arrow to the coat.
So I heal 6 points.
I also, during my short rest, go and talk to some Griss. I'm gonna chat. I'm gonna buddy up to this little halfling.
You like being a bear, huh?
Noelle, your thing affects everyone.
John, if you spend a hit dice, you also get a d6 in addition to the life you'd gain, but you don't add con to the d6.
Wondering if I should use my last hit die.
I feel like this is kind of the final battle here, so
Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend my last hit die to heal up.
Alright. Sadly, like being a bear.
Does that become
Hit die to spare.
Lauren, you also worship Alyss, right?
Oh, it's my voice again. I don't remember what the halfling's voice
Okay,
was.
does it extra become
Weird
temporary
and
hit points, or
squirrely.
is it just...
it's real hit points. It was
So it's
Australian plet.
Australian, hey?
Yeah.
What's this?
I don't know about like that.
That's my voice now.
That's like more Cockney almost.
Nah, crikey, eh? I can't remember what his fucking voice was.
He's Australian.
It's Australian.
It was kind of deep. It was real gravelly, but it was on. It sounded less like Toad, and like more if you took Toad down like an octave and a half.
There we go. I sure love
Perfect.
Oh, you like being a bear, eh? That's nice.
That's all this guy has to say.
I'm stabbing.
I can see that.
I'm real good at it.
I get the sense this wasn't the most fleshed out character.
Literally just the halfling in the party.
For my remembrance, Lauren, do you also worship Alyss?
Yes.
Your patron.
I do.
John, do you believe in gods?
Yeah.
Do you?
I mean, it's more like I like acknowledge their existence, not really like praying all the time or anything.
One does not necessarily need to be a devout follower of a god to have leanings towards one.
I follow Lashelde.
Ooh, tell me all about them.
They're a god of life and nature, I believe.
Shelby.
And he's like flipping through his book.
What's the god's name?
Lashelde?
And you said, what, nature? Life in nature?
I believe it. I know it's nature, and I think the other is life.
Fascinating. And
Lichelde.
have you been exposed to a lot of gods, or and Burberry probably spends like 10 minutes just discussing Lashelde with you, and the influence that either the god had on you or the reason that you lean towards that god.
Mostly just because I'm out in the wild all the time.
Yeah, fair. Although, well, there's also a list like Aloran follows, or you could do Ivirashta, but that's a little more towards the ocean and less towards.
The Shelde tends to be more of like a transactional type of god.
Is that how you view it? Transactional?
That's how he tends to view it, I think.
Have you also had conversations with your god?
Not many.
It's a very small percentage of people who've even had one, so I am thoroughly impressed. Fascinating. Do you hear like a voice, or do you just get a general feeling?
I don't know, Platt, how do you want to play this? As far as I remember the description of the god from your thing, is like he's a transactional, like he interacts more with his people, but it's on more like a transactional kind of basis.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on just how like involved John would be in the worship of it. Like, if he wants to get like religiously like real committed about it, he probably would have like dreams from time to time, and maybe the occasional vision that would convey, would you stop? You're fine. Jesus. That would convey, you know, Licheld's insights to you. But if he is a more kind of casual observer, he probably just kind of like feels that presence as a more like intuition sort of feeling.
Like I want something and we make a transaction. I give him, I do something for him in exchange for.
Usually, like it's most gods take offerings of some kind or another. So I mean, if your thing is more casual, then it's gonna probably the extent of it is like you know periodically make your offering at a shrine of his, and as a result of that, you feel like you have more success on your hunts after those offerings. Since that's tends to be where your focus is. But if John, decided that he wanted to get really deep into the Lecheld lore and devote himself to him, from what you understand, he is a pretty like one-to-one kind of god. You commit, you get out what you put in. From what you've heard, so
I think John's more on the casual side.
that's kind of what it sounded like so far. So that's what I figured.
Makes sense for you. You are a bit pragmatic.
Always got shit to do. Can't be fussing around dealing with gods every day. People got lives to live. Unless, of course,
And,
your
like,
life is.
And Burberry's like, holding his book like this, like, no comment. Like,
Present company,
I got mouths to feed.
of course. At any rate,
Are we doing this or?
I feel like I'm ready to go. Y'all ready to go?
I think so.
Just show on the road then. I've sent word out, so the boys will be mopping up behind us once we're inside. Just got to sell this. Look good, y'all. Or don't look at all, I should say, to most of y'all.
do we need to roll something for makeup?
Oh yeah, I was gonna spend a few minutes trying to bloody up Willem and darken his eyes or something.
Yeah. So Willem will need a disguise kit check.
That'd be me.
Dexterity, I guess.
Yeah. It's not bad.
And then I'm gonna need stealth rolls from the 3 invisible peeps.
22 for his disguise of being bloodied.
Okay, 22 is pretty solid. You, Noel, have a practiced hand when it comes to the application of stage makeup and the like, and getting Willem into battle-worn shape is no problem.
And the final touch, the manacles.
So you hand him the key, he palms it, and wrap the manacles around his wrists behind him. How many on hands?
23 on stealth.
All right, so 23 from Burberry.
You said because we're invisible, we get advantage, right?
Correct. So Barnaby and John, stealth checks, please.
Barnaby real bad. So he's asking about it again.
Barnaby got an 11 and a 13.
Okay.
13 is
And-
fine.
John.
Barnaby seems distracted.
Wait, doesn't someone have pass without trace?
Be 19.
19 from John. All right.
You could have
Lauren is
advantage, right?
tucked into Noel's coat somewhere as a
Yeah,
mouse.
in a pocket, inner pocket maybe.
Okay.
Just gonna stuff me in a pocket. I'm over here like.
Would you prefer to be somewhere else?
Is currently disguised as Dustin, the very scared and confused little militiaman. So, you guys have your little posse assembled. Willem has dispatched 2 teams of 3 out from your little camp here to watch the roads, making sure this goes off without a hitch. And you guys are going to begin making your way back towards town. Noel, do you lead him down to the road from here, or do you want to get closer to town through the woods before getting back on the road? How do you want to handle that?
I'll start. I guess we'll stay in the forest as long as we can, just to avoid
Okay.
peeps.
So
We are
you're-
gonna keep the other two guys. I think we're just gonna leave them there tied up, so they'll just be
Just tied to
sitting
trees.
there. We'll deal with them later.
Once we forget.
I'll set a note. I'll do a Google reminder.
I'll remember they're there. Don't you worry. So you are going to come out of the woods close to Willem's house. It's kind of where the woods sort of let up near town here.
Cool.
You'll be coming out onto the road after crossing a shallow ford and just kind of moseying back into Theron's hold.
Yeah, I'm thinking I probably got like maybe not sword to his neck or anything, but just like sword at the ready, like keeping my eyes on him and got like him by the shoulder tightly.
Okay. As you guys walk, Willem will kind of lean back to you and be like, "You might want a hand on the chain. It's a good way to control individuals when you got them tied up like this."
Thanks for the tip. I'll grab the chain and yank it.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm gonna have the little mouses squeaking, laughing in our pocket at that comment.
Lean forward again. Don't forget, you're in control here. You take the lead. You pushing me around, guys.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Don't worry, I got it.
On the truth, let's go.
Just a disembodied voice says, I'm starting to think you have a mouse problem.
Meanwhile, Burberry, Barnaby, and John are kind of following you guys pretty quietly. I think Barnaby is still not fully acclimated to being invisible, and he kind of like bumps into John and Burberry periodically. Like you hear like some like trumpling a little bit in the back, like some like.
Do we perhaps hear the 190 crossbow bolts rattling a little bit?
Slightly, periodically. But over the sound of your own footsteps and the river running, like it's not super noticeable. It's just you guys know they're there and you know to listen for it, so you can tell like he's trying. Thankfully, as you guys enter town, nobody seems to pay them any mind. All eyes are fixed very squarely on you, Noelle. You see, men and women kind of bringing their heads together and pointing. It's like, holy shit, that's Willem. Why is Willem tied up? Why is Willem in chains? And there's a very wide range of emotions to this sight that you can see in these faces. Some people are kind of watching with this like stern approval, almost you kind of pick up. Others seem kind of mad and like, what the fuck is this shit? Like gesturing at you. One guy actually steps up to you and is like, "Hey, what the fuck is happening, man? What's going on?"
Caught this one out in the woods back there with a few men. Looked like he was planning something.
Well, no, Will, you wouldn't. Look, it is what it is. The guy just kind of looks at him like, "Oh, why?"
Come on, I drag him.
And moving through town, kind of passing through the crowd that kind of is now sort of forming on either side of the road, watching as you haul Willem in. You pass out the western side of town along the road up the hill, making your way towards the bridge. And you see standing guard, the two guards, as Aloran scouted the other night. Aloran, if you're looking out, they are different individuals tonight than they were, or this afternoon, I should say, than they were last night. And as the two of you walk up, they'll step forward, and one of them will hold a hand out and like, hold up. What's going on here?
Brought you a present. We sent those guys out earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, turns out this guy was setting up an ambush. A lot of them didn't make it back. But we were able to get him. I kind of like jerk the manacles a little bit.
Go ahead and give me a deception check with advantage.
24.
I have a question. Did I kill the guy
What
that was
guy?
nice to me when I was a cat? That one
No, we
nice
didn't
guard?
kill him. I guess we don't know, actually.
He's burning
Oh,
north.
you mean the guard that was on guard duty?
Did I kill him?
Give me a perception check.
They wouldn't send him out for a random bear, would they? Come on.
19.
You didn't see him among the blacks. But he's also not here today, right
Okay.
now.
Perfect.
Anyway, I was hoping to bring him into Venice. I think that's someone he needs to talk to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. This has been a long time coming, hasn't it, you motherfucker? He actually grabs Willem by the elbow and pulls him in with you. Let's take him in, shall we? And begins walking with you back towards the manor.
Okay.
The whole way, he's just like, you son of a bitch, I knew you were plotting something. I fucking knew it. Yeah. You and everybody in town. Let's get this over with. As he's walking away, the other guard at the post is gonna like, I'll just stay here then. All right.
You don't want to see this?
I mean, someone should probably keep an eye on the bridge, yeah? Like, yeah. I'll tell you how it goes tonight. Don't worry. I'll pay real close attention. Give you the play-by-play. Yeah, okay. I was kind of put off by it. But you guys continue on to the manor. And he pulls out a key ring and kind of flips through them before inserting one into the door. Opens it. And you guys step inside this very very modern, clean sort of foyer. It's a large, round room. You can see halls kind of branching off in front of you to the left and to the right down the two large wings of the building that you saw. You can also see that there are stairs sort of wrapping around the perimeter of the room. What the fuck are you doing, you spaz? Seriously, it sounded like you almost fucking fell.
I think he did.
God, you dumb cat.
From where he jumped, he probably.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
That crazy cat.
Very like minimalistic but beautiful, elegant furniture. Like clean white upholstery, ebony wood, gold and black trim along the molding of the room. It's very sleek and very out of place in what looked from the outside to be a sort of kind of country manor sort of situation. The interior has a very different sort of vibe to it, and there's this chandelier hanging overhead that is giving off this very peculiar ambient gold light that just sort of fills the room, almost kind of like a fog. There's this soft light everywhere, and stepping into this chamber is sort of disorienting in a way. It kind of feels like stepping into another world almost. There's just a strange silence and atmosphere to this room. And as the door closes behind you, kind of shutting you off from the outside, the guard leads you towards the stairs, leading up to the second floor of the north wing of this building. Okay. So they're heading up the stairs, and you jump out of the pocket. All right. So a mouse tumbles out of Lauren's pocket, or of Noel's pocket, excuse me.
Whoa, whoops.
Oh, you got a passenger there, buddy.
They're going to the back door, I believe. That's the plan. So I'm gonna go.
Well, they're literally walking right behind you.
We're with you.
Yeah, they followed you in.
Oh shit!
They're just invisibly following
Yeah,
you.
we're
guys
all
in.
here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to like jump out and just maul this guy.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of
Like,
waiting for Willem's cue. He's got full control over the situation, so.
All right.
Because he's the only one who knows where Venice's whole or actual room is. So if we're gonna do some
Yeah.
attacking,
Oh yeah, because you don't know where you're going.
yep.
Yeah, no idea. I was just gonna go find the back door.
So Willem, he does not make a move. He keeps walking, following you and this guard as you step, up to the second floor on this landing. You turn down this hallway and begin kind of walking down this second story wing. Once you guys are probably like 20 feet from the landing, Willem taps your hand, Noel.
Okay. Is the sorry? Is the you said the guy kind of took Willem? He's sort of leading him on his own now.
He's walking with you.
Okay.
So you've got your hand on the chain, and this guy's got Willem by one of his elbows.
Okay.
So he's like walking right beside you.
All right.
When he taps your hand, though, the guy beside you freezes where he's standing. Just completely locked up.
Okay. Was there more to this?
Move quick! And you can see he's already fumbled with the keys. Like he's got to take a turn to like get himself out.
Okay, sure.
So this man suddenly just froze in place. What are the rest of you doing?
Did you want us to attack him, or
Do something.
I push him down the stairs?
Can I just knock him? Can John just straight up just knock the crap out of him, like knock him out?
Wait, we gotta stay invisible. We're not here.
Oh wait, yeah, I can't do anything otherwise I'll be invisible.
I'm a mouse. Noel.
It's literally up to Noel.
Okay, you guys are in a hallway, 20 feet from the stairs. This guy, he's just frozen where he's standing, like mid stride, and is like straining against some unseen force. You can see like panic in his eyes.
No, wait, I got this. Are you okay? Seeing things again. And he whispers.
You can hear the strain. It's like, he's like trying very, very hard to move.
Should I knock him out and just become visible? Like,
Do anything? I'm gonna turn into a human and kill him. So.
Okay.
Do it.
I mean, we're kind of at that point.
Okay. So
Burberry's gonna stand in the doorway, like the other doorway, just in the way. So that way, if he goes running, he'll just run into an invisible person. It'll be great.
like in front of them or behind them?
Behind them.
Okay, gotcha.
John in front of him.
Yeah, John stands at the top of the stairs, Burberry at the bottom.
So Aloran, seeing Noel kind of freeze for a second, is going to tumble out of the pocket and turn back into a person.
Yep. I'll drop my blade and slash it across his throat.
Okay. He's paralyzed, so he can't really resist or do anything. It's going to be a critical hit. Go ahead and roll double damage for me.
Either way, if I don't kill him, he can't scream.
Touche.
It's so dark.
Bros know what I'm supposed to do.
I'm not one for stabby.
Well,
It's not my forte.
Roll damage. Okay, yeah. You just... And you just watch as just like curtain of blood just all the way down the shirt.
You gotta remember to lower him to the ground lightly.
As he kind of collapses, you watch the force kind of release his body, and he just kind of tumbles to the floor. You catch him.
Yeah.
Willem is very quickly like undoing the manacles. Still, he's shit. I was going to do that. Oh, good work. And he pockets the manacles and key for helping you grab this guy, and kind of checks the door next to you. Kind of cracks it, looks inside. All right, we're clear. In here. Get in here. And you guys just kind of heave this body inside and drop it on the floor. All right. We're in.
So we're just
So-
rushing them now, or?
Well, we could be sneaky about it.
If we
But-
are sneaky about it, we will get advantage on our first attack.
I go.
Say we continue sneaking.
So, maybe one of the better idea. Everybody, where is everybody? Everybody, get in here. He's gonna gesture at everybody inside. All right. Y'all give me like 2 minutes. We'll figure out where the fuck this guy is. And his eyes are gonna roll back in his head, and he's just gonna kind of like lean against the wall. By the way, I should go without saying, keep your eyes peeled, please, just in case.
I will listen carefully.
Cannot hear you.
I wasn't talking to him. I was talking to the DM.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check then.
15 total.
15. House seems
I'll
quiet
say
right
that.
now. There's a little bit of activity you can hear from like the floor below, you think. There's a voice that's kind of echoing from the stairwell or from the main hall up the stairs. But it's
In the
distant.
stairwell?
Do what?
Can I stand in the stairwell?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, since I'm invisible, yeah, and I'm pretty sneaky apparently.
And yeah, Berber is standing in the stairwell. I think after a couple of minutes, you would actually see a woman, well dressed. She's got kind of like a dark suit almost, short cropped hair that's been slicked back, and these kind of small pointed ears, and very vivid, like stripe like markings kind of running along the face and neck. They almost look like tattoos. She is just sort of crossing the foyer, and it just seems like she's talking to herself, almost like making a list. It sounds like a to-do list. Just all right, we've cleaned the study. Now we need to make sure that dinner will be ready at the appropriate time. And just on and on. And she just kind of continues walking without stopping and makes her way down the south wing hallway on the first floor and disappears. Other than that, all is quiet. And a few minutes later, Willem's eyes return to their normal position, and he says to you all, okay, he is in fact in the drawing room. We are on the right path. We should have the drop on them. As long as we're quiet, busting in.
I'm gonna be at the very back of the group because my sneaks have not been very good.
You're the one who knows where we're going, Willem. Lead the way.
You don't have to be Dustin anymore. We are pretty well past that
I put
point.
so much time into getting into character, though.
All right, I'm just letting you know.
I mean, I also rather, if this goes poorly and we have to run, I'd rather Venice not know about me, so.
Fair point. All right, touche. Dustin will just be the latest in a long line of turncoats. All right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Down the hall, taking the second left, and then it's going to be the room at the end of the hall on the right side. If we're quiet, shouldn't know we're coming. So, Willem will step out of this room, make his way down the hall, and the party follows, I assume.
Quietly as we can.
Stealth checks from the group.
on, Barnaby. Now's not the time to be heavy-footed.
I did 20.
Hey.
Oh, it's lucky that the man rolled a nat 1 and a 17.
17. Okay.
Barnaby just can't get this invisibility stuff down.
Oh, buddy.
That's a 5 or 11.
11.
Yeah.
Oofy doofy.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
I
'cause
got a
rolled
+4 to stealth. It ain't enough.
Oh, that's so much better. Okay. I
Barnaby's just tripping over his own big ass feet.
did roll
Yeah.
3, but I used my inspo, and I've got a 24 now.
18, 24. So again, everyone with Barnaby does pretty well.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds about right.
Thankfully, Barnaby's invisible. He is one person carrying a lot of crossbow bolts. And
They
they just
keep bringing it up as a thing to try and get me to stop using them, but I ain't.
it's just a great excuse for why you fail a stealth check.
You're not wrong.
Oh, I'm only carrying 200 crossbow bolts. No big deal.
It's fine. You know how much gold this is gonna save me?
Like 3.
Exactly.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, so you guys make your way down the hall and around this corner. Probably should roll for Willem too, actually.
I help.
You help?
I said it might help.
Oh, it might help. Gotcha. Okay.
The accent and whatnot.
Willem got a 16. But that's not bad either.
I don't think I should be helping with an 11.
Probably not. So you guys make your way down the hall. You hit that fork and take your first left. And sure enough, down this hallway, there's a couple of doors on either side before you hit a window. And Willem points to the last door on the right. Slowly pads his way down the hall, kind of beckoning for y'all to follow, and you kind of file in behind him. Barnaby kind of clattering as he walks.
Yeah.
Thankfully, as you kind of assemble around this door, it doesn't sound like you've alerted anyone. It sounds like people are talking. You can hear a couple of voices sounding from behind the door. One is somewhat older sounding, with a strangely affected accent. The other one is deeper, stronger sounding. And Willem mouths to the lot of you, Venice and Tolkai. I told y'all.
And Lawrence is gonna be like,
He's like, they're not. Focus.
Hang on real quick. I need to restart my computer. It's acting real weird. I'll be right back.
Oh my god, we're like right here at the end of the session. All right,
Well,
we pause, pregnantly waiting for this door to be kicked open,
desperately.
waiting for all hell to break loose. As soon as Barnaby gets back. I'm down to it, guys. You're almost there. You're right outside
Let's
the door.
fuck up Venice.
The final confrontation.
to kill.
Venice is gonna.
Question we should have asked Willem: do we want to kill Venice or not?
I mean, he's got manacles. He does have a choice.
Yes, he used the manacles as a weapon.
We're gonna get in there, and Vance is gonna be taking care of 2 baby bears. Just don't hurt my babies.
It's
Ah,
you.
damn it.
They're
Fucking moral
werebears.
quandaries.
Oh god.
Nah, you know what's gonna happen is we're gonna walk in and Willem's gonna be like, "Hi, Dad."
Max, how about that?
Oh, David's back.
He's back.
Literally, as I was saying, hang on, let me restart, my computer crashed.
Oh, well, that worked out.
You never left the Discord call.
You didn't.
Well, I got a solid state, so it boots real fast.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so to recap, you're assembled outside the door to whatever parlor lies beyond.
Want to kill Venice. Keep him alive.
No, leave him alive.
Leave him alive.
Leave him alive.
Leave him alive.
Okay. We'll do our best.
I need him to open his safe. After that.
Alright, let's do this. Very pragmatic.
So everyone's ready? Everyone's assembled?
We do it.
Yeah.
Willem counts you down. 3, 2, 1. And he stands up and he kicks the door in with a. The door handle smashes clean off of the door itself as this board kind of flies off its hinges, landing with a clatter inside the room. And inside you see a number of figures, all suddenly rising to their feet, reaching for weapons.
Entangled.
I think here is where we will leave tonight because it is 11:40, and this is going to be a fight.
Sounds fair.
So, tonight, we're going to call it right here, right before the final battle. We're going to start next session right here at the beginning of the final battle, and then wrap things up afterward. All right?
All right.
We're so close.
Wait. We're ending on time?
We're ending ahead of schedule.
Just
Oh,
as
no.
I fixed my mic issues.
The world is
And then I
ending.
was like, David, why are you leaving now? We're literally.
My computer crashed. I had no say in the
I know. But if we start a combat now, we're not wrapping up until 1.
Oh, yeah.
That's what will happen.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I do got my action surge. I could miss twice.
I wouldn't sleep, yes. I have work tomorrow.
See you all next week. Oh, wait. MVP. All that stuff.
Yes. So, who was MVP this game?
Noel.
Thought you were going to nominate the halfling.
That wasn't me. That was Lauren.
If inspiration
halfling
wasn't on the
gets
line.
Okay, so I hear 1 vote halfling, 2 votes Noel.
Fuck it. Never mind. The half. I'm just kidding.
2 votes halfling. I need a tiebreaker. John, get in here.
Just kidding. It's Noel.
I mean, John did split a guy in half.
I mean, that was cool.
I'll throw a vote to John.
But I
Sure.
feel
I'm
weird
not going to vote for
voting for-
myself.
But I feel weird voting for myself.
So 1 John, 2 Noel, 1 halfling. Right?
Yeah.
Or is that 3 Noel? I lost count. Or 2 halfling. 2 halfling, 2 Noel, 1 John?
No. Two Noel.
I thought the halfling had 2. Barnaby and oh, you were joking? Okay, never mind.
So me and the halfling get inspiration.
I'll make a mark of that in the second notes.